everybody. Oh my gosh. Hello. So many people in the chat already. Hi, everybody. I hope everyone's having I'm going to repeat Alexander Dean's question. Everyone having a nice Saturday. I'm having a pretty good Saturday. I did a lot of cleaning. That feels good. I'm gonna calibrate my little VTuber so my eyebrows don't look so angry. Okay, there we go. Hello everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. We're back with some Harvest Moon for the first time in a while. We are in the 9th of winter, apparently. I don't remember anything about what's going on. I believe last time... Oh, my dog just barked. It means a fence is broken. I believe in the last stream... that was when Anne announced to me that she was pregnant. If you missed last time, I think we also got married last time, or maybe that was the stream before that. But we're here. We're expecting a baby, which is great. Which is one of the having 2 children is one of the requirements for the perfect ending. So we're on our way. Pregnant? Yes, she is. Apparently, it's the Thanksgiving festival tomorrow. Nice smell of baking cakes fills the whole town. Dad, it'll be fun. Okay, Dad, it'll be fun indeed. I don't know how... I guess I must have played off stream for a little while and then paused here because I wanted to play the festival on stream. I don't know if things are different when you're married, because when you're unmarried, the girls all give you like cakes, I think, if I remember correctly. Congrats. I feel weird being like, thank you. You can congratulate Pete/Jack. It's the Thanksgiving festival tomorrow. It's for all the husbands and fathers who are always working hard, and women bake cakes for them to show thanks. I suggest you come to town if possible. Because girls give cakes to people they like. Wait, did this happen last year? Did like the second guy come and just start like completing the sentence that the first guy started? If you have time, I suggest you come to town. Wow, okay, I didn't need both of you to tell me that, I guess, but... Okay. Is there cooking in this game? No, there's no cooking. They just conjure up the, They just conjure up the cakes in thin air. There is no cooking. You can buy cakes from one of the buildings in town. The restaurant, I think technically it is, but we never go there because there is nothing... Nobody lives there. I guess Ellen's diary is in there. Is having 2 children also a requirement for the best ending in real life too? I think that depends on who you ask. I think that depends on who you ask. That's definitely not a requirement for my life. Though if I did want to have kids anytime soon, it seems like 2 is a good number. Seems like being a single child probably seems kind of lonely. And then 3 seems like a lot. And I say this as a kid as one of 3 siblings. I feel like 3 was a lot for my mom. We're probably sort of, I don't know. We are a handful. A lot of chaos in the home with 3 kids, I think. 2 is a lot? Oh boy. I mean, I guess kids in general are kind of hard, but for many people, they are totally worth it, which is like totally good for them. Same with cat. My mom had, wow, 4 is a lot. Same with cats, can't just have 1, they need a friend. That's what I'm saying. I think Marble would enjoy a little brother or sister. My husband is giving me a look from across the room because he heard me say this. But I would say it was too much, but I'm the last one, so it's fine. Ah, yeah. I think also probably age gap affects things a lot because you know, like you know, when if some of the kids are like much older and they're kind of like, you know, you don't need to like watch them all the time, then maybe it, Marble, don't drink my tea. This is my tea, not your tea. Probably age gap matters a lot. But then if you're like the oldest, then you get kind of roped into like taking care of the younger siblings. And that kind of depends what kind of family you're from, I guess. I definitely was, I think in our family, I was definitely like, you gotta take care of your sisters. You know, because I'm the oldest of the 3 siblings. But I also, on the flip side, our family was also very much like, younger siblings must listen to the older sibling. No buts. Like, you must, like, they are a figure of authority. So that was kind of nice. But I don't think I came across very, like, even as a kid, I feel like I wasn't a very, like, authoritative older sibling. Like, my siblings, like, we used to fight all the time as younger kids, and I would always be, like, I would always lose. I feel like I was the one that got bullied, even though I was the oldest. So, I don't know. Dealing with 2 cats on stream, imagine. Oh boy. Well, the hope is that they would be entertaining each other, and so they wouldn't, like, bother you. But Marble is so he's so social that I don't know if that applies to cats as well. Like, maybe he would still want human company. I don't know. Like, maybe he would still come bother me. And if we have a second cat that's also very people-oriented, then it's just over. It takes so much time to milk all the cows. I know. This is literally, I think this is one reason why I love this game. It's so classic, but I would not recommend it to like somebody who wants to get into Harvest Moon. I would not recommend this game to somebody who wants to play Harvest Moon for the first time, because basically year 2 is just this, and then going to sleep. The second year is just this. Speaking of cats, I saw your Insta story last Saturday of picking up Marble. His ears are enormous. His ears are enormous. Oh, okay. We can begin vacation story time by starting at the end. We picked up Marble, and apparently he made a friend. So we dropped him off at like a kitty hotel type place. Is everyone fed? A kitty hotel type place. So he stayed there. He's been there several times, and the people there are familiar with him, and so he kind of knows them. He's not really scared anymore, from what I hear. He's just kind of like chills out, and like he's just familiar. He's comfortable. But apparently there's another cat who is also there all the time. Okay, wait, let me start from the beginning. I picked up Marble, and I was like, great, Marble's back. And I emailed the people because I was like, actually, I don't think I ever paid the bill to, like, I think we just both forgot to pay, like, to take care of the actual payment for Marble to stay there. Because he's been there so many times that I think they just, like, I don't know, they kind of treat us a little specially, I guess. Like, they're just kind of, like, used to us being there. I wonder if it'll be a boy or a girl. But they emailed us, and like, I emailed them and I was like, oh, what about the bill and stuff? And they're like, oh, okay, we'll take care of it. And then they said, I'm gonna talk to everybody in town. I'll just stand in this place. Okay, while I tell my story, because I can't think and run around at the same time. They emailed back and they were like, "Oh, we'll take care of it. By the way, thank you for the chocolates and the coffee for us. Like, I can't believe it. It totally made our day." And I was like, "Huh?" Because I didn't give them any chocolate or coffee when we went to pick them up. And then and I like went over to my husband. I was like, "Did you give them chocolate or coffee when you went inside to pick up Marble?" Because I was waiting in the car. My husband went to go inside the place to pick up Marble. And he was like, "No." And I was like, So I had to email them back. I sat on the email for like a day because I was like, how do I non-awkwardly tell them that this was not a gift from us? But also, like, how do I not come across as like stingy? Like, oh, we're not gonna give you like maybe like I didn't want to promise anything either. I wanted to be like, I didn't want to be like, oh, we'll give you a gift next time, because I was afraid I was gonna forget and then not actually do it. So anyway, I emailed them back, but we got it cleared up. And they were like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I got confused." She said she got confused because she mixed Marble up with a different cat who's also there all the time. And the reason she was thinking about Marble was because apparently he saw the other cat also staying there, and he had like apparently like a big positive reaction. Like he was like super like happy to see her. And then the other cat was like really cranky and like did not want anything to do with him, but they were like looking at each other through the window, and apparently Marble was like, "Ooh, hello, like, hello, I know you." Like, so I don't know, I thought that was really cute. I kind of wanted to ask them like to take a video next time, but I don't know if maybe it's like weird to send people videos of other people's cats, which I can totally understand, so I didn't bother asking. But anyway, Marble made a friend while he was at the kitty hotel. Which I thought was really cute. Okay, before I continue story time, I kind of want to take some time to run around and talk to the townspeople, because now that we have time, we don't really have like grass to cut or crops to water. And I imagine in a lot of runs, people don't spend time talking to the townspeople because there is no reward to talking to the townspeople besides just like things that they say. And the thing that prompted this was because while I was playing off stream, I happened to talk to Maria's mom, so the mayor's wife, and she talks about wanting to read books. And then it struck me like, oh, is like the Flowerbud Village / Mineral Town Maria based, like they're supposed to be related, right? Like, but Maria in this game is like a church girl. She's not like a book girl. So the book aspect comes from Maria's mom, sorry. And that like gets passed down. So I thought that was really interesting. So I don't know, I kind of wanted to talk to all the townspeople to see if they had anything like interesting to say. So I just want to do one run through of that, because I think they probably just say the same thing like all season long. I don't think they change very much. Anyway, so let's talk to some people. Grass grows in autumn. Okay, so that's fine. Nobody in here. Marble getting along with another cat is foreshadowing for owning two cats. For the owning two cats episode of your life. I hope so. I had absolutely no idea like whether Marble was friendly with cats or not, but apparently he apparently likes other cats. Or at least that cat. I love Maria. I wish she would be my bride in the future. Oh boy. Good luck with that, kid. Hey, get out of the way. Get out of the way. What do you have to say? When I think of people who cheat and who are cheated, I suppose being cheated is kind of happier than cheating someone. I do think so. Whoa. You know what? I agree with that. I think I agree with that. I think it's better to be wronged than to wrong, you know? Because then you can't really blame, like, you have control of yourself, but you don't have control over what other people do. It's pretty cold, so please take care of yourself not to catch a cold. Okay, what do you have to say? Ask the florist for flowers, ask the livestock dealer. Okay, that's the same. Will you say the same thing about Ryu? Yeah, she's like... Actually, I can't tell if she's reading or not. She might just be sitting in this chair. Hello, Maria's mom. Don't think it's okay to do bad things if it's not discovered. No one is perfect. We all make mistakes. That's the way we are. Oh, she says the same thing here too. What day is it? It's Tuesday. Okay, maybe the townspeople dialogue is not as interesting as I thought. Anybody in the square? Anybody in the square? Sometimes there's a guy standing here. Nope. Do you have anything interesting to say? A lot of things happen while you are alive. You just couldn't go through your life if you got mad at everything. I mean, that's true. It's not easy to work steadily, but it's worthwhile. Also true. Everyone is so wise. Hello. Oh man, this guy's all alone in an empty shop and no family. How's Anne doing? Is she working well as a good wife? I'm so very worried about her. Oh man. Well, I hope you have lots of free time now to date that lady. Hey, Ellen. You're always running around, aren't you? You look fine, even if it's cold outside. It's pretty hard to move cows as you intend. Well, it takes time and guts to do it properly. I'm now the cow master. I want to show you my bell skills. Okay. How was stream yesterday? It was good. It was kind of a short-ish stream. Well, it was like 2 hours, more than 2 hours. Not a lot of plot happened. Female psychology is complicated. Okay. We basically did a lot of walking and fighting to the next dungeon area. So we're set up for some story stuff. Can't redo your life, you might not have the second chance. Think before you act. Ma'am, have you heard about isekai anime? Have you heard about isekai anime? Maybe there are some I could recommend. But yeah, we met a creepy king guy who is possessed by a Saru, but he was like lucid. Like he could like talk to us and he gave us a key to unlock the next area, but he didn't seem like a good guy. Like he said some stuff about like marrying a bride, which is always a good sign in JRPGs. You got married and work harder, but it's not a bad thing. Wait, it's not a bad thing, but she gets in a bad mood when you come home late. Oh, okay. You need to chop wood in the winter. Chop plenty of wood before the winter. You are not so busy in winter, are you? You should gather materials then. Good idea. There's not a lot of thing to eat in the mountains in winter, so all the animals are desperate to survive. I forgot. I have to plant my snowdrop flower. Oh my god. I almost forgot. Okay. I think we have talked to almost everybody. So we'll see if they change dialogue in the spring. Cool. But yeah, Legend of Legaia is good. Going well. We're processing. We need this. Okay. And heck, I will take an axe because why not? Chop some wood on the way down. Okay. Story time. Vacation story time. I have stories. Uh-oh, it's nighttime. That's okay. I hope I can plant this during the night. So I was on vacation. I was on vacation for about 2.5 weeks or so. And I spent a couple days in Singapore to visit my husband's family. And then I spent the rest of the time it didn't work. Maybe it has to be daytime. It's not working. Okay, I guess I have to come back tomorrow. And yeah, so it was and the rest of the time I was in Japan, but for the most part, I was in Okinawa. So it was humid basically all of the time, which I was not used to. I was so like, I wasn't miserable, but it was that took some time getting used to. But Singapore was good. We were only there for a couple days. It was basically like a belated kind of wedding reception, sort of like a really casual wedding reception, because my husband and I never had a wedding. We got married in COVID year 2020. We got married online over video chat with the city hall and our parents dialing in virtually, which is like kind of perfect in my opinion. But I think my family, like the parents and the relatives are probably like, why? But anyway, I did not want to go in that hole. Oh, well, it's time to go to bed. So it had basically been 3 years since we had not met up with any of my husband's relatives since we got married. I had met them before while we were dating, but I hadn't met them after we got married. So we set up this couple days to like meet all the relatives. So the two major events were meeting all the relatives. We had like a big gathering to like eat dinner together and just kind of chat and stuff. And then we had a photo shoot, like a kind of like a wedding photo shoot with just the immediate family, which was surprisingly fun. Your mom remarried in a little office, no wedding. Hey, I mean, that's totally legit. Like weddings are expensive. Like before COVID hit, we were actively planning for about, I don't know, 4 or 5 months or something like that. And I like, the more I got in the planning process, the more I was like, I don't want to do this. This is so expensive. And there's so many like decisions you have to make. And like, it's so, yeah, like it just seemed really stressful. And I kept having stress dreams about like there were days where I couldn't sleep because I felt like I had to like plan out stuff. And then there were days where I just had like really stressful dreams about waking up and it was like my wedding day, but I like didn't know what to do and didn't know and like nothing was like settled, but I had to like do something because everybody was coming. Everybody was coming, flying in for the thing. And I was like, and so it was kind of a relief, actually, to not have to do like a wedding ceremony. So COVID was a relief. I mean, not COVID. COVID. Like COVID does continue to be a bad thing. I am not glad it happened, but one silver lining was I had a very good excuse to not have an in-person wedding. Like, you cannot argue against it. It was like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, did you ever think that's how you're gonna get married? I never really had any. I mean, this is part of it too. Like, I always hear stories about people being like, having a dream wedding. Like, they think about it when they're kids or when they're younger and they're like, this is how I want my wedding to be. But I have never had thoughts like that. Like, I never was like, I never had any thoughts about what I wanted my wedding to look like or the fact that I might get married someday. Like, I just never thought about it. Maybe that was part of the reason that it was stressful, because I had no preconceived notions of what I wanted. And then like suddenly I had to decide. Like I like thinking about the wedding dress was like one of the most difficult things, because I was like, I have literally never thought about what kind of wedding dress I would like to wear. And there's 5 bazillion options. So yeah, I don't know. It was kind of, I don't know. I had never thought about it. But anyway, we had like a big gathering, and I was a little bit stressed because it was like, I had prepared these, like, I made these, I should post them on Instagram now that been passed out. I drew like a little illustration of my husband and I in marble, and like got them all printed out as little acrylic standees, like just a couple inches big, like nothing big. And I like passed them out to the relatives, and I was trying not to psych myself out. Like my husband was like, "Oh no, they're cute. Like people like them." And like my sister-in-law was like, they're cute. You should give them out. And I was like, I don't know. What if they hate it? It's like it's like an anime thing. And my husband, I, and Marvel. Oh no, that sounds like a movie where the pet passes away in the end, and then you have to like reflect on the impact that pets have in your life. But yeah, I was like really nervous about it, but I just gave him out, and like I think people appropriately were like, oh, thank you so much, like, so yeah, they were just like, oh, that's cool, thanks. And I was like, okay, whew. Like nobody's making a big deal out of it either way. This is fine. And yeah, and then I was trying to make an effort to like talk to everybody and remember everyone's names. It was like not too big of a gathering. It was like maybe like 30 people or something. And there were people coming in and out too. But yeah, I had to like, I was really like, oh, and then it was so funny because my husband is typically on the quieter side. Like, I think among his relatives, he has kind of a reputation for just sort of being a loner. Like, he doesn't really like interact with people or anything. Like, if there's a family gathering, he'll just kind of like, when he was a kid, he would just like hang out by himself in a corner and be playing like Game Boy or something, and like not like hang out with any of the cousins or whatever. But he was trying to make an effort too, I think. And like, it was really funny that like one of the cousins was like, oh, hey, and like kind of like, oop, I just said my husband's name. His name is I guess, but my husband like, was like, they're like, oh, hey, like, and then my husband like went in for a hug, and then the cousin was like, oh my God. Like he was so delighted. It was so cute. But yeah. Oop, I just took out an extra lumber for no reason. Okay, well, I'll just put it here. I just doxed my husband. I'm sorry, husband. I just doxed him. But anyway, the cousin was like so delighted. It was kind of cute. Time to go to bed. But yeah, that was a good time. And I was kind of worried my dad was gonna like, I don't know, like fight someone or something, because like sometimes that happens. But he did not, in fact, fight anybody, so that was good. I went to Singapore, and for the Singapore part, because of the family gathering, my parents and one of my sisters also came along, so they were also there for the Singapore part. And so it kind of worked out because me and my husband and my husband's family were like, we were going to go to Japan after this. And then my mom and my dad, when they heard we were going to stop by Japan, they were like, oh, we should go to Singapore too, even though it's kind of long. And then we can just, visit family in Korea on the way back. And I was like, oh, okay, perfect. And then my sister was like, I want to go too. So all three of them came along as well. And so they were also there at the little family gathering. But, yeah, so it was good. My dad found some, like, it was kind of funny. He just kind of sat in one place, and found some fellow uncles to just sort of sit around and chat with. So he kind of just hung out with these uncles, the whole time. So it was good. It was very good. And then the other thing that we did, the major thing that we did in Singapore was the photo shoot. And that was surprisingly, I had never done any kind of professional photography thing before, except like school pictures, I guess. I guess that counts. But my sister-in-law was the one who set it all up, and my mother-in-law, they both set it up. And that was, I was really nervous about it because I didn't know, I just thought like there would be a photographer there, and then we would have to like figure out how we want to pose and things like that. But basically the only thing we had to figure out is what we wanted to wear. And my sister-in-law coordinated all of us. She was like I brought some, she gave some guidance before we came. So I packed some clothes I thought would fit the theme she had picked out. And then like the day before we had like an inspection. She was like, all right, everybody, like bring the clothes and I shall coordinate which ones fit together or not. Like submit your outfits for inspection. So that was kind of fun actually, like figuring out how we would all fit together. And then we got there and I kind of just thought it would be like, I don't know, maybe my sister-in-law deciding like how we were gonna pose and things like that. But the photographer was just like, like we got in there and then the photographer was like, okay, like once you're ready, changed into your clothes, like we'll get started. And he, like we got, there was this kind of nice like indoor studio with like kind of pretty windows and like they had like cute props and stuff. There's another couple of guys who were like moving props around. Yeah, and they basically just tell you exactly what to do. They're like, okay, let's get a photo of the couple, like pose like this, and stand over here and slightly turn this way, turn your head like that, and you know, and now let's get a picture of like the couple with the parents, and like, you know, just rapid fire, just gave us instructions, and it was very easy to follow along. And then they set up like a new little like posing area, and they're like, okay, let's try a couple like this, and then. And it was kind of interesting too, like how the photographer was like problem solving the whole time to kind of figure out like how we would all fit together in one picture and things like that. Cause it was kind of a big group. It was like me, my parents, my sister didn't do the photos, but me, my parents, my husband's parents, and him and his sister. So yeah, it was kind of a big group. Why did you think your dad was gonna get into a fight with somebody? I mean, the only reason is because he's fought with people before. He kind of just like, depending on like there's like a 30% chance that he will fight with somebody over something, and 30% is sort of it's not high, but it's not low either. It's happened before, I'll just say that. Yeah, so that was the only reason. It was like a lot of new people, and like I didn't know if like everybody was gonna get along and such. So I was just kind of like, I hope my dad doesn't get in a fight. That's really all. But speaking of my dad getting into arguments, okay, so one kind of crazy thing that happened. So my parents and my sister were staying at a hotel, right? And they showed up at the photography session, right? And they were like, oh, we're ready to take photos and stuff. And then my sister was like, oh, by the way, we found a camera in our hotel room. And I was like, huh? And they're like, yeah, like that, like last night was like a whole thing. I guess they were just like hanging out, you know, they were just like doing whatever in the hotel room, like walking around. My sister's on the phone, they're getting ready for bed. And then they like heard like a sound. And they were like, what? Huh, did everybody hear that? And then they're like, yeah. So they looked around, and then like under some piece of furniture, there was like this weird like black rectangle object that had like a lens in it. And they picked it up, and they took a picture of it and reverse Google searched it, and it was a camera. And they were like, what is this doing in here? And so like so they went to the front desk, right? Like my dad sends my sister down to go to the front desk and be like, we found a camera in our room. And then the hotel staff were so sus. They were like, oh, that's not a camera, that's not a camera. And then my sister was like, I haven't even shown it to you yet. Like, how do you know it's not a camera? And they're like, oh, like we, you know, that's just like something I forget what they said. They gave some kind of excuse. And they were like, oh, that's not a camera. And then my sister was like, I mean, okay, I guess. And they, oh, it was duct taped or something. There was some kind of tape on it. And so, like, I think they looked at it and was like, they like took the tape off and was like, oh, like, and then they were kind of like looking at it, like, oh, it's not a camera, it's not a camera. Like, you know, we just, you know, somebody must have just like left it here from before. And then my sister, and then at this point, my sister was like, okay, if you're saying it's somebody left it here from before, but you're also saying it's not a camera, like, you know what it is, like, that's super weird. She was like, why? She was like, why aren't you guys like more concerned or whatever? And they're like, oh, no. So my sister was like, okay, whatever. She came back up. And then my dad was like, and then my dad saw that they took the tape off of the thing, right? And he was like, this cannot stand. Like, they destroyed evidence. And so he went down there and was like, oh, wait, hold on. Will this work now? Hello? Why doesn't this work? I want to plant the snow gem. Hello? Do I have to do it like way up here? Here? So my dad went down there and he starts making a scene. He's like, why did you take the tape off? This is evidence. And then like the management was all like freaked out, basically. And he's like, we're gonna go to the police. And I was like, and usually my dad, like, I don't know, he does tend to overreact, but I think in this instance it was quite warranted. But yeah, the hotel was like super sus. They were like very like not like wanting to, I guess, admit it was a camera or something. So anyway, they told us the story and they like brought the thing with them to the photography session. So we were all like looking. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna try to see if I can figure out how to do the snow gem thing. Why is this not working? Snow gem. Harvest Moon snow gem. Snow flower seed. Plant? It would be planted on... What? How do I plant this? I hope I didn't miss the deadline to plant it, because that would be really bad. A wiki I'm looking at says I should have planted it on the 1st of winter. Which is... not cool. No. 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 Well, planted in winter. How do I do this? How do I do this? I plant the snow fire. Video, show me the way. Okay, this person is walking up. See this? Hello? Why isn't it working? Why isn't it working? Why isn't it working? Why isn't it working? I'm standing in the same place. Did I already do it? No, this cannot be. This cannot be. Why? I didn't already do it. Did I get all the power berries? Uh-oh. Because I'm missing one. I'm fairly certain this is the last power berry I need. Ooh! Did I ruin my game? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. During winter, go to the summit and plant a seed of snowflower. Do I need to, like... Hello? Do I need to, like, do it early in the morning or something? Let's try. Let's go back in time. Go back in time. Go back in time as far as we can. That's as far as we can go. Oops. Barry, come to me. Hello? Why isn't it working? Why isn't it working? So many times. I wouldn't have the seed anymore, right? If I had used it properly. Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna look up a video. Snowflower. Looks like you can just kind of plant it wherever. Hmm? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. A fairy is supposed to come and be like, here, have a power berry. But there is no fairy. Come on, fairy. Oops. Here? 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 Oh no! Why? I'm scared to progress. Uh-oh. Well then. Maybe I'll try first thing in the morning. I'll try first thing in the morning tomorrow. Okay, well anyway, my parents found a camera and they were like, my dad went and made a scene and then like and then the management was like kind of scared and then the other they're like, we're gonna go to the police, and then I was like, oh my god, yeah, you should, and like you should go to the police. And then my sister was like, yeah, maybe, I don't, let's see what dad wants to do, I don't know. So then the next day they got a call from the management in their hotel room, and the management was like, oh, we wanted to know if you were gonna call the police, because if so, can you tell us when they're coming so that we can prepare? And my sister was like, we haven't, well, she said we haven't called them yet, or like, I don't know, we're gonna see what's gonna happen. And then I was like, oh, you shouldn't have given them any information. I was like, now you bamboozle them and you call the police anyway. She was like, yeah, maybe I should. So anyway, that was also really suspicious. So anyway, but it kind of ended up with nothing really happening, because my dad told us later, he was like, all he wanted was just to get like see if they would give him a refund for the hotel, but they didn't. So he was just like, well, whatever. I won't play with machines for the time being. I'm going to stay at home. Why? You should play with machines if you want to, honey. So that was like a really wild thing that happened. I'm so curious about why that hotel was being so suspicious about it. It was really, really weird. Like, I feel like if I was a hotel, I would be concerned if somebody was leaving, like, even if it wasn't left by the hotel, like, I would be really concerned. Like, I would be concerned if somebody was leaving cameras in my hotel, right? Like, that seems dangerous and, like, not something I want to deal with. Being little pervs. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't even know what. Like, my family wasn't that worried about it, because they were like, well, they're not going to see anything except for, like... Because it was, like, under some piece of furniture, and it was just, like... You know, them walking around and, like... going to, you know, walking to the bathroom or whatever. Like, there wasn't really like anything, and they're fairly certain it was it didn't have any sort of like thing. Fortunately there was nothing like that they were really concerned about. So this is worrying me. Why can I not plant my my thing. I am worried. Okay. Drastic measures. I'm going to look up a Harvest Moon speedrun and see if I can see the context for when okay. Harvest Moon best ending speedrun. Yes. Where is winter? How do I... This is autumn. Where is this? I do not know when they get the power berries. Where are the power berries? Why is my snow thingy not working? Oh, this person married Anne in their speedrun. Ooh. Summer. Where's their... It's autumn. Oh, it's so hard to find what season it is because in the speedrun you just like sleep. You just constantly sleep. I don't know where they got the power berry. Where did they get the power berry? Why is my snow gem not working? The problem with this game is since it's so old, like there really isn't. If I Google like Harvest Moon Super Nintendo Power Berry, like there is nothing. There is nothing. And I'm like scared to continue playing because I don't want to like I don't want winter to end without me being able to plant the thing. Why can't I? I don't know why it's not working. Hello? 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 Welp. I guess we'll just continue story time. So, what else happened? I got my information written down by the Japanese equivalent of TSA because I accidentally had a small Swiss Army knife in my purse and I had forgotten about it and it was in like a secret pocket and I didn't know. I forgot it was in there. And they didn't tell me they were looking for a knife. They were just like rummaging. They were like, "Can I check your purse one more time? Can I check your purse one more time?" And I was like, "Sure." And I was like, I wonder what they're looking for. But it turned out there was a Swiss Army knife in my purse. And it was in like a secret pocket because I had put it in there at some point. And then like, I'm trying to, so I'm supposed to plant this thing. And this thing is this is the seed of the snowflower. And you're supposed to plant it at the top of the mountain in winter. And it's supposed to grow into like a little blue flower. And then a fairy is supposed to come and be like, "Thank you for planting this flower. Here's a power berry." And I think this is my last power berry, unless I've done it. I don't think I did it in a previous stream because I think I had just started winter. So I want my power berry. I need my power berry. Why? Why isn't it working? Like I looked up a couple of videos and like some of them, they like stand here and do it. I'm gonna go back to the morning because I don't want it to get too late. Being in your 30s simulator, you get married and you nap a lot. Oh man. I wish that were my 30s. I guess I do nap a lot nowadays. Why? Why does this not work? Here? Do I need to, like, do it in a specific spot? Here? No. Maybe just, like, in the middle? What have I done? Fairy! Fairy, please! Hey, let me try to find a different video. I'm sorry. I hope this isn't super boring. Cuz I can't move on cuz I really want to make sure that I get this before winter's over. Where is this? At what point in the speedrun does the power berry happen? It's okay, I'm actually interested in why it's not working. Yeah, me too. I wonder if... Did I glitch the game somehow? Because that would be really sad. That would be very sad. The death of the Harvest Moon run. Am I, like, not in the right spot or something? When do people get power berries in the speedrun? The struggle is part of the experience. Harvest Moon best ending speed run. Power berries. Ooh, this person's playing in Japanese. Power berry. Well, they like front load getting the power berries. Winter. Where is their winter? I see someone trying to plant at night and doesn't work, but it works in day. Does time of day affect it? Yeah, that's what I thought, because I tried to do it at night the other day. Do I have to do it in the morning? Do I have to do it like first thing in the morning? I thought I ran over here pretty fast, but... Because it's... Like 12 p.m. doesn't seem like that late. Where's winter? I cannot... These speedruns is... The speedrun is hard to parse. I don't know what order in which they do things. Let me try this one. Time to look at YouTube videos that nobody else can see. Oh, the world record for best ending Harvest Moon on speedrun.com is 2 hours and 4 minutes and 45 seconds from 2 years ago. Interesting. Oh, wow. What is this? They have like a special, you know how like, oh, Beanie, hello, welcome. We're currently paused because I paused it on a bad screen, but I paused it because I'm trying to figure out why my snow flower is not working. Missed you? Aw, missed you too. Thank you. How have you been? Good. I was telling some stories about my trip before I got tripped up on this thing. After planted, the flower will bloom within a few weeks. Water it every day. That's not what I'm seeing in the videos though. Like I saw that as well on the wiki, but it looks like in the videos I'm seeing, you plant it and then the flower just like appears. Like magically. Trip, yes. I was in Singapore for some family stuff, visiting my in-laws, and then I was in Okinawa, and after that, and a little bit of Tokyo. Oh, but I was gonna say about this video of the world record for Harvest Moon Super Nintendo Best Ending. They have like I don't know how to describe it. You know how like in speedruns, sometimes like the speedrunner will have like a thing on the side of their screen that shows like the individual time breakdown for like milestones in the game. And usually it's like, you know, gotten all of this particular collectible or like achieved this, you know, unlocked this area, and like they're little like conceptual milestones, but this person has it broken down from by season and year and day. So you can see exactly how long it takes them to like it looks like they have mapped out like what they're supposed to be doing on any particular day. So it kind of actually makes it easy to scrub around and like see what I'm supposed to be doing or what time of year they're playing in. It's kind of cool. But let's see if winter. It does not list when they are planning to get the power berry. You didn't live tweet this particular vacation, so on this end it just looked like you disappeared off the face of the earth for a month. Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't been using Twitter a lot recently. I did post some Instagram stories. I've been trying to do that more. If you'd like to stay up to date on my shenanigans, I've been doing that more on Instagram nowadays. Yeah. Oh man, I don't know. I don't want to. Oh my god, I just realized I missed Thanksgiving. Oh no, I forgot to get a cake from my wife. Oh, poopy. Dang it. Oh no. I failed my fictional spouse. Why? Why is it like this? Why can I not plant my... How dare you give me more reasons to use Instagram? I'm sorry. I'm actually finding it quite freeing, like not feeling like I need to post on Twitter anymore. Like, I don't know. It's sort of like, it's the same feeling I get when I quit a mobile game for a while and I'm like, oh my god, I have so much free time and I don't have to like think about stuff. I only saw one Instagram story about Star Sand. Ah, yes, that was a really cool part. Okay, so, oh man, I don't know how to solve this. I don't know how to solve this. I want to keep telling vacation stories, but I don't know how to solve this. I saw that you dropped the VOD for opening a bunch of Pokemon cards. Yeah, I think you'll enjoy that. That was my first stream that I did when I got back because I was very tired and I felt like I couldn't do like a normal stream. Wait, what if I go out and come back in? In one vid they plant it and it does nothing. Then they do it another day and it works? Really? Is it just, maybe it's just random? Like is there like a percentage chance of it working? Huh. Okay, let me just try tomorrow. YouTube video ID. Okay, let me look at that. YouTube video ID. G. RIP. CG. THIY. Oh, Snowflower. Okay. Okay. Okay, so this person's trying to like, yeah, they are also trying to like figure out why it's not working. Does it only work on weekends or something like that? I wonder. Wait, when did it succeed for this person? So it did work on another day. The next day it succeeded. 12:30 in vid. Weird. That's so weird. Huh. What time of day is it? Maybe it's a weekend, because I see in their video they walk past Eve who's hanging out on the mountain. Ooh, I think she only hangs out on the weekends? I can't remember anymore. Okay, let me see if it's a weekend. Maybe it only works on weekends? That would be crazy. That is literally not written down anywhere. Okay, let's go to bed. Honey, I'm sorry I missed your cake yesterday. I'm here early. Let's go straight home. Let's go straight home. I'm really happy with my stream output this month. I only work 3 days a week now, so I've been streaming so much I've done a handful of collabs. Ooh, that's exciting. I hope you've been having fun. Next thing I'll note, the TV says it's getting colder by the day, but it'll be fair tomorrow. Okay. The tomorrow was the day it bloomed. Oh, okay. Let's try that. Hello, honey. It snows a lot, so the fences are often broken. Okay. I'm sorry I missed the Thanksgiving yesterday. I'm really sorry I missed the Thanksgiving yesterday. Forgive me, Anne. Not knowing what to do and feeling stuck is also part of the simulation of being in your 30s. I agree. Also forgetting holidays, yep. Ah, okay, so this one says it's pretty cold now. The weather forecast for tomorrow is snow. Interesting. I wonder if it'll be a boy or girl. Okay. Did I forget to feed my cows yesterday? Hold on. Oh, I was panicking so much about the... I'm such a mess. Being a mess is also part of the being 30s experience. I also got to play this dumb old... I didn't feed my cows. I played this dumb old PS2 game for my childhood last week. It was terrible, but so much fun. Aw, that sounds fun. What game was it? I'm curious. Also, thank you, Hoffer, for doing detective work. Doing detective work. I'm hopeful that tomorrow will be the right day. Evil Dead Fistful of Boomstick? What in the heck is that? Like Evil Dead, like the movie? Is that the guy with the chainsaw hand? That's the only thing I know. I have no idea if it's good work yet. Well, we'll see. I appreciate the effort regardless of the outcome. I guess, but it kind of sounds like maybe I'll just, if I just keep trying, it should just work, which is heartening. If it is, I feel like I have a responsibility to like update the Harvest Moon wiki with whatever knowledge we find. It's meant to be a sequel to the original trilogy of movies. There was a trilogy? Oh no, I watched one, I think, when I was in college. And literally the only thing I remember is that there's a comical amount of blood, and then there's a part where the guy attaches the chainsaw to his hand and he goes groovy. And that's all I remember. I remember nothing else. But Army of Darkness is 3. The camera's a nightmare. The maps all look the same, so you constantly get lost. Oh no. You can easily get swarmed by enemies, which either forces you to waste all your ammo or all of your ammo or all of your healing items. But the writing is so stupid charming. That always makes things better. I will take a bad game with charming writing any day over a bad game with bad writing, which makes sense, I suppose. I saw Evil Dead 2. Oh, so the chainsaw arm guy is not in number 1? I thought he was like the like iconic main character. Hot take, the first one is easily skippable. Oh, maybe that's what happened then. Maybe my friends in college were like, we're just not gonna watch the first one. Evil Dead 2 is almost like a remake. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. Let's feed the cows in the silence of night. Silence of nighttime. I just realized I wasted all of my cow's milk because it's nighttime and the shipping man has already come. I'm a fool. There goes like 2000 G down the drain. Oh well. Oh well. Metal Gear Solid is almost a remake of Metal Gear Solid 2. I'm assuming you mean the other way around. Otherwise, I'd be really impressed with Hideo Kojima for psychically remaking his second game before he makes it. You meant what you said? Really? Okay. Huh, interesting. Metal Gear 2, sorry. Oh, sorry. You're right, I misread. I gotta play the Metal Gear Solid games. They're coming out on Switch, so I have no excuse anymore. Metal Gear Solid is Metal Gear 3. Ah. In Fistful of Boomstick, anytime you press the triangle button, the main character Ash says a snappy one-liner. It does absolutely nothing to the gameplay, and there's like 50 of them that change depending on the level. It's just a designated quit button, and it's incredible. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I like that. There was a game like that the Game Grumps played. It was a horror game that was like sort of weird. I don't know what to do with this egg. I'll go to the bar and give it to somebody at the bar because my wife is asleep and I don't think she'll want me to give her an egg while she's sleeping. There's a game that the Game Grumps played where there was a button that you could press and the main character would just like swear, just like say like a swear word, and they were really into it. I thought that was really funny. I can't remember what the name of the game was though. It was very strange. It was a very strange horror game. Hello, bartender. Yeah, I give you the egg. Cool. All right, bye guys. Oddworld has a swear button if you possess a slig, but it's like censored. That's kind of cute. Every game should have that, to be honest. I think that would be fun. Okay, let's go to sleep and see if the snow gem thing works in the morning. Okay, I have plenty of money. This is good. I think you need like a minimum amount of money for the best ending as well. Keeping an eye on that. Okay. Okay, so yesterday it said it's fair tomorrow. Oh, also it says fair today. And we will go try and see if the flower will bloom. Okay. But yeah, continuing story time. Where else did it? So after Singapore, we flew to Okinawa. We flew into a small airport called Ishigaki. And we didn't stay on Ishigaki. We took a ferry from Ishigaki to another island, a smaller island called Taketomi. And, oh, wait, moment of truth. Ta-da! What? Why? Why? It's not working. What? What? Is there a glitch? This cannot be. This cannot be. Huh. Like, should I come back at like a different time of day? Whatever it is, I think it isn't exclusive to your game. Uh-oh. Is it a known glitch? You don't have a snowflower's chance in hell. That's what it feels like. Oh no! I guess I just have to keep trying. So it does happen in other vids. Okay. Yeah, I guess I just keep trying and then just see if it works. But in the meantime, I'm gonna actually milk all my cows. See. Okay. Outer Wilds. It's so automatic that you're like, oh my goodness. Hoffer, you're so funny. Hey, can I borrow your face? My ass is on vacation? Wow, that's like that takes some time to think about, like the fact that takes some time to realize you're being insulted, I think. That's a good one. Oh man. Man, the victory of the stream is gonna be getting that snowflower. I'm glad I remembered, like, relatively early on in the season, because if I had tried to do it the last day, I might not have had time to, like, try multiple times. Oh. But yeah, we went to a place called Taketomi. I think the highlight of that place, so it's a tiny, tiny little island. There is like one village on it that is like a Harvest Moon village. You can walk from one end to the other in like 10 minutes. It's very small. And it's very like tourist oriented. Like, I don't think people just like live there. I think if you live there, you're like working in the tourist industry on the island. But I think the highlight there was the Star Sand Beach. that Greg mentioned earlier in the chat. I did post an Instagram story about it a while ago, so you might have seen it. But there's a beach called, I think it's called like Kaiji Beach or something like that. It also has an alternative name that translates to star sand, or sand star or something. And the reason it's named that is because the sand has a lot of star-shaped grains. And the reason it's star-shaped is because the grains are actually not like, it's not proper sand. They're like little skeletons of like tiny like creatures. Sort of like, you know, like sand dollars. You see a sand dollar and it's like a skeleton of like a bigger creature. But yeah, there's, I guess in this particular area of the ocean, there's like a lot of that kind of creature, and then their skeletons like wash up on this beach specifically. And so you're not allowed to, there's a big sign that says you're not allowed to take sand from the beach, but you can like buy little bottles if you want to take home with you. So I thought that was kind of cool. Bone Beach. Yeah, exactly. And I should have looked this up more, but there was a big sign that said the local legend is even more badass. It's the sand is, the legend goes that the sand is made up of the bones of star children that were devoured by some kind of like space serpent or like sky serpent or something. And then in order to send the star children back to the heavens, you have to burn the sand. So that's like a thing, I guess, that locals used to do. You just like ritually send the star children back to their home. Yeah, so so I thought that was very cool. The other cool thing was, yeah, I really want to look up like Okinawan myths now because they sound very, very neat. Snakes and myths are always up to no good, devouring star children, shenanigans, all that stuff. The other thing that was a big highlight of that beach was that there was a cat that was parked outside. Was I talking about this yesterday? I can't remember. There was a cat that was parked outside of the beach, and it was just like hanging out. Ooh, I prepared a picture. Let me find the picture. That's not it. That's a different cat. How do I go back? That's not it either. Where is the cat? Oh, this one. Okay. This cat was just, it was so relaxed. It was just like, it just parked itself outside of the beach where all the tourists were hanging out and was just like, hello. And its eyes were closed. It had no fear whatsoever. Yeah, this was the one that was on the map that I found later on. Oops. It was so chill. It was very cute. Just like a little dude hanging out. Everybody was like taking pictures and like giving him pets. And a very handsome cat. So I enjoyed meeting this cat very much. Okay, I hide this now. So that was a big highlight. What else did we do on that? I'm gonna go try to plant the flower again. I wonder if a different time of day works. What else did we do on the island? I think that was kind of the... Oh, we also did like a thing where we took a tour of the little village on like a water buffalo cart. So I guess that's like a thing that you do there. Is There was a company that just had like a couple of, they just like take care of a couple of water buffaloes, and then the water buffaloes go around on like a path around the village, and then the tour guide like talks about like the cultural stuff around the village. But it was all in Japanese, so I didn't understand most of it. Unfortunately. I understood some things. Like he talked a little bit about like special kind of flowers and stuff. There's apparently a flower that looks like a flower, but it's actually not a flower. It's just leaves that are pink. So it looks like a flower, but it's the flower petals are actually just leaves. Snakes and foxes both get characterized in worldwide in mythology as the asshole. Yeah. It's kind of interesting why that is. Why it's not working. But anyway, the water buffaloes are really cute. They were very well taken care of, which was a relief, because I usually get I'm usually a little bit suspicious of these kinds of things, like come like hang out with an animal or like pet the animal or whatever. Because like sometimes the animals are not very well taken care of, and they're kind of like, but this water buffalo, they all had names. So like, and the carts all had names attached to them. So like our water buffalo's name was Niran, and he had a cart that had his name on it. It was really cute. And he had like a nice clean coat. He was plump. He was like eating well. They were showering him with water constantly. He was a happy water buffalo. And then when you get back, you get to see like the place where the water buffaloes get to rest. This is not working. And they all have like little like umbrella tents with like a constant water flow, so they can just like sit under their little water sprinkler and just hang out and be in the shade. It's very cute. I enjoyed my meeting the water buffalo. And he kept our water buffalo kept stopping because it was really hot outside, and whenever he would pass by like a shady tree, he just like stopped in the shade. And the tour guide was like, "Hello." If you're a human living in like 330 BC and you see a snake, you're most likely not having a positive reaction with it. That's probably true. Okay. Today is also a fair day. Let me see if the seed works today. I am worried. I'm worried. We're like halfway through winter and I still haven't managed to make the power berry show up. I'm scared. At this point, we're just at the try it every day till the game ends, yeah. Well, until winter ends, because I can only plant it during winter. And this is the last winter of the game, so... Oh, Eve is here! Wait, it's Saturday! Okay, I wonder if my theory is correct, that maybe it only works on weekends? Oops. Because the video that you sent, Hoffer, I noticed that they ran past Eve. All right, here we go. It only happens on weekends, or maybe just Saturday, I don't know. Okay.
Thank you for letting it bloom. No one has ever planted it before. I'm so happy. I want to give something good to you.
Thank you.
Both the flower and I will disappear soon, but I will always pray for you to be happy.
Wait, are they dying? Did you die? Well, thanks for this. And with that, I have my last power berry, baby! Okay, if I leave and come back, will this still be here? Zelda rules, they die after use. It's gone! Well, it was nice to meet you, fairy. Okay, so we have solved a mystery. After the stream, I'm gonna go to the Harvest Moon wiki and I'm going to edit the page about the Snowflower Power Berry, and I'm going to say that it only works on weekends. Or maybe just Saturday, I don't know. For some reason. I will do that. Because this was the bane. I was very stressed for the past, like, 20 minutes. Oh my gosh. That was stressful. Past half hour? Oh. Okay. Well, now that we figured that out, what else do I have to talk about? I think that was kind of the main things we did in that island, and then we went to a second island, which is the main Okinawa island called Naha Island. And that was pretty cool because it's a much bigger island. And to get around, they don't have like public transportation like the same way a lot of big cities in Japan do. It's very car oriented. So you basically have to rent a car to get around. So we rented a car, and I was the only person in the group who had never driven on the other side of the road, the left side of the road. But I did get my international driver's license in preparation. So me and my husband and my sister-in-law all had our international driver's license, and we were prepared to be the drivers. And I only drove it like once, but it was because my husband and I are used to driving on the U.S. side of the road, even though my husband learned to drive in Singapore and they drive on the left side. But we're both used to the right side. So my sister-in-law did most of the driving because she lives in a country that drives on the same side as in Okinawa. So she was mostly driving, which was kind of a relief. But it was exciting to drive on the other side of the road. That was an interesting experience. I don't know why, but that thing about country Japan being very car focused makes me think of living here in the city and seeing somebody driving a big pickup truck and just going, buddy, who are you fooling? You don't need that. Oh. Yeah, but that was kind of fun, I guess. It helps that Okinawa isn't super crowded, even though like it's not very dense. So even though you need to drive everywhere, like there's not like a lot of traffic or anything. So it wasn't like too scary. Most of the time we were driving on like very tiny but very vacant back roads, like small local streets and stuff. So there really wasn't like a whole lot around to like be hit by or hit, which was good. We did have to, oh my gosh, we went to a restaurant and we did have to figure out how parking works in Okinawa for the first time ever, or in Japan in general. Maybe it's the same in Japan more broadly, but we've never had to park in like Tokyo. But yeah, that was really, you know how like if you're from the United States, like maybe you understand this, like I feel like parking lots are very clearly marked. Like when you're driving around the United States, you're like, that looks like a parking lot I can park in. Like that seems like a public parking lot. I will go in there. But in Okinawa, at least, the parking lots are like 5 cars big, and they are like spread amongst residential neighborhoods. And so you go around and you're like, can I park here? This seems like, does this belong to somebody? Is this belong to like the place where Does this belong to like that nearby house or like that nearby like apartment building or something? Like, what is this? Yeah, so that was kind of, and then also like you go into the tiny like 5-car parking lot, and then somebody else is trying to get out, and then you're like, oh no, I have to back up and then do like a 30-point turn so I can like turn around so that they can leave. It was very stressful, but I wasn't the one driving, so it was probably more stressful for my sister-in-law. But yeah, tiny little streets, tiny little parking lots that are it is not clear whether they are public or not. That was kind of exciting. That sounds like the parking lot at our local post office. Oh. Okay, so maybe not all of the US is like that. Oh, I'm so relieved I got that snow gem. Okay. Give the egg to the wife. Let's talk to the townspeople again. I wonder if they say anything different on the weekend. Honey, the shop is closed because it's Saturday today. Okay, I was supposed to be cleaning before the wifey gets home, but I was distracted chatting like you and JoJo. Need to go be a productive little Vina. Oh yeah, go do that. Thank you for coming by and chatting. Cleaning is important. I send you energy to be motivated. Be motivated and productive. Oh, that shop is closed. Same thing, saying the same thing. All the same thing. It's not necessarily right or wrong, daily incidents or neither. I don't know what that means. I'm glad you're telling stories of your trip today and not before. Oh, why is that? I'm guessing yesterday you were focused on Legend of Legaia. Yeah, like I very oh, see, look, she's reading a book. Look, this is what I was talking about. Like, this is where, because Maria in this game is just a church girl. She's not a book girl. But the Mary from Mineral Town, like, this is where she inherits her book-loving genes. Look at this. It's from you. I like taking my time reading books. That's one of my happiest times. Yeah, see? Thank you for the lore, Miss Mayer. But yeah, purposely I didn't want to talk about my trip yesterday because I wanted to focus on the plot. But since Harvest Moon is so like story light, it seemed like this would be, you know, and I actually struggle coming up with things to talk about during these streams. So I figured might as well use the Harvest Moon time as sort of storytelling time. And better for you anyway. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, I gotta show more pictures of cats. So the other thing, one of the other things we did while we were on Naha is we went to a place called the Yomitan Pottery Village. Yomitan Pottery Village, I think it was called. And it's basically just like a little rural-ish town where a lot of potterists, what do you call them? Potters live. They've either like set up their homes such that it also doubles as a shop, or they like rent a little, you know, like they have like shops set up. So you just walk around the village and just like go into houses and you can like peruse the pottery there. So that was kind of cool. I'm not like particularly a pottery person or anything, but my father-in-law is really into pottery. So this was kind of like fun, very fun for him. But some interesting things were that like the village has like a communal kiln. I took a picture of it, but I couldn't find it before this. But there's apparently like a communal kiln, so all the potters like use it together if they don't have their own. And then we also met a lot of cats. I will show the cats. I prepared pictures of cats. Let's see. That was one. This was, oh my gosh. This was a cat that we saw at one of the... So the slippers are there for... You're supposed to like take your shoes off and go into the pottery shop. But like I didn't... Like we got there, we didn't want to go in because we didn't want to bother the cat. He was like laying on top of the slippers, and then like some other people came and were also like kind of milling around the entrance because they kind of wanted to go in, but they also didn't want to bother the cat. So the poor cat was like hampering business. Yeah, but this guy was really funny. And then we also had, what else we got? We had this one. This is an unflattering picture of me, but I didn't get a closer picture. I did post a video on Instagram, but this little cat, like she was just sitting afar, and then I looked at her, and then she came running to me and was like, meow, meow, meow. Like she was so talkative. She was like, meow, meow. And then I like put my hand out, and she like smashed her head into my hand and was like, meow, meow. And I was like, oh my god. It's like very aggressively affectionate. She was so cute. Yeah. Exactly like that emote. She's like, me. And she was so small. She was very small. Small little cat. She was cute. I think she was my favorite because she ran to me instead of me having to like pursue. Oops. And that's the Sandstar cat. This is another cool cat. That's just my kitties when I enter the kitchen. Yeah, basically. I guess maybe that cat was very people oriented as well instead of food oriented. This is another one. He was just chill. Like he seemed kind of young, sort of small, but it was just sort of laying on this rock and like just letting people take pictures. And then, but like not really paying any attention to them. So this was like not scared, but not aloof, but just kind of hanging out. Oh, and then this chonker. I think this was the first cat that we saw. This was, yeah, it had a collar, so I guess he was owned by somebody. But he was so big. He was so big, and I was like, oh my god, he's so big. And then like I heard some Japanese people, some other tourists walking behind me, and they were like, oh, Dekke. They're like, holy cow, he's so big. And I was like, yes, he is huge. This big round guy. I think that's all the pictures of cats I had. Oh, that's wait, this is not a cat. This is from the previous island actually, but this is what's called a shisaw. These are all over Okinawa. Actually, I think this little bit is really interesting. So this is kind of a weird one. They don't normally look like this, but they're sort of, you know, like lion dogs and like East Asian culture, or Asian culture in general, maybe. But Okinawa has their version of it, and it's called a shisaw, and it looks kind of like this, except they're not typically doing the thumbs up. This is like a weird one that I took a picture of. But they have these on top of all their buildings to like scare away spirits or something like that. And there's some rules, like if it's like, oh, it's either I'm gonna get it mixed up. It's like if it's like an open mouth one, it's like a male shisaw, and then like that. A male shisaw like protects your building from certain kinds of things, and then if the mouth is closed, it's like a girl shisaw, and girl shisaws protect your house from other kinds of things. Like they have like dominion over different kinds of aspects of your life or something like that. But anyway, they're like all over the buildings. They just like, if you go there and you look at the roofs, they're just like sitting on top of the roofs, and they you're not missing anything on the game screen right now. I'm just feeding cows. But and they also have different poses. Like some of them are just like sitting on their rumps, and then some of them are like kind of in like a play bow where their like rumps are in the air, and that apparently means something different. Our water buffalo tour guide talked about it, but I didn't understand enough Japanese to like understand what the meanings were. And then I asked my husband about it later, and he was like, I forgot what he said. And I was like, no, you're the only one fluent enough to understand the lore of this place, and now you forgot. So I don't know. I'll just have to, hopefully I can find some resource in English later to look it up. But I like that sort of thing where, like, these sorts of cultural patterns, I think, where, you know, like they have some kind of meaning in, like, they're sort of deliberately shaped or positioned in certain ways because that has some meaning. I think that's really cool. But what am I doing? I'm trying to check if I've milked everybody. But yeah, I saw this one outside of a restaurant, and I was like, this does not seem like the traditional pose, but I think it's cool, so I'm gonna take a picture of it. I think that's it. Yeah, so these are all the cat pictures I have. There were a couple of other cats I saw. One in the Pottery Village. One was a little black cat that actually didn't seem full grown. It seemed like a kitten. I tried to see if it would let me pet it, but it was like very skittish. Like ran away immediately. It was kind of like, why are you following me? Stop following me. And I was like, okay, I'll leave you alone. And then I can't believe I didn't take a picture of it. I saw the most majestic, huge cat. He was so big, and he had a face that looked like a lion. And I was like trying to get his attention. I was like, please look at me and let me know that it's okay to pet you. But he was ignoring, like, and there were a couple of other admirers as well, like kind of watching from afar. And I was like, and he was drinking from like a puddle of water, I think. And I was like waiting for him to be done with the puddle of water so that I could like approach and be like, may I pet you, please? But no, he just very regally ignored all of his admirers, kept drinking his water, did not even look. Was just like, we were not worthy of being glanced upon by this cat. It's a very regal, like long-haired lion of a cat. It was a very cool cat. And I was like, I gave up. I stood there for, I think, at least 5 or 10 minutes while my family, you know, they were like going ahead. But I was just standing there like hoping for some permission. Well, what am I doing? I have nothing to do here. So that was my cat adventure. You went to Japan to take pictures of feline, both real and statues. Yeah. We did also go to a cat cafe later, me and my sister-in-law, only for like 30 minutes when we went to Tokyo. And that was fun as well. But that's a pretty normal experience, I think. Okay, I'm pretty sure I have nothing else to do today. I could chop some wood. What time is it? If you had that encounter here, would you consider adopting the cat? I mean, I feel like I consider adopting any cat I come across. But I suppose you mean like realistically. I mean, at the very least, I would probably try to see if it was microchipped or had an owner or something. But I think my husband would be very opposed to bringing a stray cat into the house. And I can kind of understand, like, because I know also, like, I don't want to bring in an unknown cat and, like, accidentally, you know, maybe they have a communicable disease and that would get Marble sick. Like, if the cat has FIV or something like that, that would be very bad. So I suppose you could keep them in, like, a separate room or something until you figure things out. But if it were up to me alone, I would probably consider adopting. But I know my husband would be very like, please don't bring the stray cat in. Don't do it. So, yeah. But I do want to rescue at some point. We got Marble from a breeder, and that was kind of our compromise between me and my husband. Because I was like, oh, we could just, you know, go to the shelter, get a cat that needs a home. But neither of us had cats before, and my husband had never had a pet before. Or like, well, he had like a hamster or something, but when he was a kid. But never one he had to, you know, like, would be roaming around the house or whatever. And so we were like, okay, well, maybe our compromise is we'll get a cat where we like, where the parents are like known and we kind of have a good, we have some confidence about what kind of temperament the cat will have. And so that we don't accidentally piss off the cat by Like, let's try to get a tolerant cat that won't get angry at us not knowing how to speak cat to it. But, yeah. If you go to Greece, I can expect photos of the Nemean Leon statues. Oh, I don't know what that is. But that sounds very cool. Are they like lion statues? I'm guessing from the name. Brought in a youngest stray cat once. They were a bit unruly. Oh no! Yeah, that's what I've heard. Like there was a person I followed, an artist I follow, and they were posting on Twitter for a while because they were sort of like taking care of some local strays. And one of the strays that they had been taking care of had a litter of kittens, only two of which survived. And she managed to catch one of them, the boy cat, and she tried to like make him an indoor cat, but he was very resistant to becoming an indoor cat, and she had to give up. Like he kept like peeing everywhere, like did not want to use the litter box. Like it was just very difficult, and she was like, okay, well, I will take care of you from afar. So yeah, it's pretty hard, I think. So like a lot of respect to people who do that, because I know some people are like doing that on a regular basis. The lion Heracles killed in one of his labors. Oh yeah, that name does sound familiar from that story. Oh, that sounds cool. I've never been to Greece. I would like to go someday. It seems like a very pretty place. Yeah, I need to like I need to talk to my husband about like, let's go to not Japan sometime. The man loves Japan so much. I mean, I also love Japan, but I think not as much as he does. What else? I think that was kind of the main stuff that happened. Anything? I'm looking through. I have like notes about my trip. I'm like looking through them to see if there's anything interesting. Pottery cats. Yeah, I guess the rest of it was we spent the last couple days in Tokyo, which was sort of normal stuff. I ran around Akihabara and Ikebukuro to look for retro things. But man, the prices are really crazy. There were more... So I was in Tokyo in April, and back then, the game stores were like almost totally cleaned out of like virtual pets. Like I found almost none. And this time around I saw many virtual pets, actually, like quite a number of them, but they were priced very high. They were very expensive. So it was definitely not worth it to get. I did get one virtual pet. I found a Digimon, the Digimon Accelerator, which is not very well known, and it's kind of on the expensive side because I think it's a little bit rare, not like super rare, but like just a little bit rare. Like I think usually I see it for like 120, 130 USD or something like that. But I found it in a retro game store for like 50 USD. It was like 88,000 yen or something like that. It was like 50 or 60 USD. And I was like, because I think they didn't know what it was. Because when I asked them for it, I was like, oh, can I get this Digimon toy? And the clerk like opened the little showcase, and he was like, oh, do you want this one or this one? And he like pointed at this thing and like another toy that was nearby, and I was like, oh, that one, the Digimon one. He's like, oh, okay. So like, I think the clerk didn't exactly know what it was, and so maybe the store didn't know how to price it. But anyway, I got it for like really cheap, and I actually have one already, but a different version. So I didn't need to get it, but I was like, this is too good of a deal to pass up. So I just got it. Yeah, it was mostly just shopping back in Tokyo, which was nice. I think the other thing I got was a copy of Harvest Moon Friends of Mineral Town, a Japanese copy of Friends of Mineral Town in box, which I did post on my Instagram. I think it's still up there in my story. So now I have a Friends of Mineral Town box to match with my more Friends of Mineral Town box that my friend gave me, and they are on display in my house, and I feel very happy about that. Are there any fences that I have to fix? Oh, look at this beautiful secret garden. Look at all these power berries. Look at this. Beautiful. Okay, we'll go to sleep. What else did I buy? What else did I buy? Any country you travel to, I can expect pictures of cat. Oh, you can count on it. I will always take pictures of cats, if available. Okay, fair tomorrow. Great. I wonder if it'll be a boy or girl. I'm gonna try to get to the Star Night Festival before I end the game. Or end the stream, sorry. Because... Oh, but then I might as well play to New Year's. That'll take a long time. But yeah, it was good shopping. I did bring home a bunch of retro games, but not from Japan. I took a lot of games from my spouse's childhood home. Like, I was like, I didn't do this last time I had visited a couple years ago, because I wasn't like as into collecting as I am now. But I was like, as soon as we got to his house in Singapore, I was like, can I rummage around your childhood home and like see if I can find anything cool? And he was like, sure. And we found his old Tamagotchi. And I was like, and then he was like, is this worth anything? And I was like, no, this is the most common model. So this is not really worth anything. Maybe, and also it's like a little bit, it's really, really humid in Singapore. And so like, it was kind of rusted over a little bit, and you could tell the screen was a little bit borked because the humidity had kind of warped the backing paper behind the LCD screen. And I was like, this is like, you can sell this for like $10 maybe. And he was like no. So I didn't even bother taking it. It was like the classic like purple Tamagotchi with the pink buttons, you know? I feel like that's the one that like everybody had. His mom wanted to get rid of them. Yeah, well, I think like, I mean, his mom would have never thrown it out without his permission, but I think she just feels like she doesn't, and I think she's very averse to like wasting things, so she doesn't necessarily want to throw it away either. I think she just didn't know what to do with it all. So we found the Tamagotchi. We found a box of DS games, of which I took a couple back. I took Final Fantasy III. There was a game called Chocobo. Was it Chocobo Mystery Dungeon, I think? Which I had actually never heard of. I didn't even know there was a Chocobo Mystery Dungeon. But I took it back in case it was fun. And then I think there were 2 Pokemon games that we took back. And then we also found his old DS Lite, which was in like pristine condition, actually. Apparently my husband took very good care of his electronics as a child. It was like in pristine condition. It even had a flash cart inside. So I'm curious to see what's on that SD card. We have not looked at it yet. I'm curious to see what kind of games he had on there. We also found a PSP, which I had never had growing up. So, and that was also in really good condition. So I took that back. We don't have chargers for any of them though. And we found a GBA, which I decided not to take back because I already have a GBA. And that one was not in as great condition. It definitely looked a lot more borked up by the humidity. It was like kind of yellowing, like the plastic was sort of yellowing, and it like looked a little bit rusty in some spots. And I was like, I can I can fix her. I can save it. And then my husband was like, please no, you already have one. I was like, okay, fine. Like, please don't bring the rusty GBA home. I was like, okay, your mom wants me to take it, but I guess I already have one. I don't know what I would do with the second one, so I left that one at home. I was always shocked at how many people stab their stylus through their screens. I honestly have never heard of that, but I believe you. That seems like something that would happen. I don't think I ever poked at my DS Lite hard enough to do that. I also had a DS Lite growing up, but the hinge broke at some point, and I must have gotten rid of it. I tried looking for it a couple years ago, and I like couldn't find it, along with my childhood Game Boy SP, Game Boy Advance SP. Might be an age thing. Ah, okay, maybe. I think I was like in high school or something like that when the DS came out. So, I don't know what age range. I don't know what age range the people who stab the stylus to their screen are, but I maybe was on the older end of people with DS Lites. When in middle school? Ah, okay. Here, have an egg. Now let's go to sleep, I think. Anything else to do? Going to have a good day today. In bed. What else did we find? Fine. I couldn't find any GBA games. I was really hoping, I was like, you must have had GBA games somewhere. Right? Because he has a GBA, but I couldn't find any. So... that was sad. We only found DS games, unfortunately. Oh, we did find one Game Boy game that was one of those like 200 games in one cartridge games. You know what I'm talking about? Those like kind of knockoff like flash cart games. We found one of those. That was exciting. I did not take it home though I'm kind of regretting it. I think I took a picture of it, maybe. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all of that's the big brain dump of stories from the trip, I think. All the mildly interesting things that happened. It was a good time. I feel like I feel like I learned things that I didn't know before. I tried things I didn't know before. Oh, yeah, that was the other thing. I spoke more Japanese on this trip than I ever have before, and I was quite proud of myself. Because like for my retro game shopping, like my in-laws and my husband aren't as interested in it, so I kind of went off and did it myself. So I had to like ask questions and stuff in Japanese and like figure out how to purchase things in Japanese. And I had gotten a little bit of experience with it in April, but this time I was like really doing it by myself. So like I asked like, oh, do you have this particular game? And I could understand them when they asked me like, oh, we don't have it. And like, oh, actually, not this one. Did you have any comic worthy interactions? Oh, let me think. There was one interaction I was thinking about making a comic about, which was I went to a loft. If you don't know what a loft is, it's like a big, I don't know what to call it. Not a department store. I would say like a stationery and like lifestyle store. So they sell stationery, but they also sell like cosmetics. They sell like home goods. You can buy like cute umbrellas and like hair accessories and things like that. It's like kind of a big store. And so that's always a stop that we stop at when we go to Tokyo. There's a really big one in Ginza, and they have a tax-free counter there. So if you buy a bunch of stuff, you can go to the tax-free counter and get a refund if you're not from Japan. And so I went there and I wanted to buy a journal, a Hobonichi. It's a brand of journal, and there was a special like one-piece collab version of it. And I was like, I can only get this in Japan. I want to get it. But they don't have it on the shelves. You have to take a card and then like bring the card to the cash register, and then they will like bring it out from storage. So I was like checking out with my stuff, and then the lady who was checking me out, I think she didn't. Some of the employees actually speak to like a lot of English, because since it's in the, you know, it's like near the tax refund counter, and a lot of tourists come there. Like I think quite a bit of the employees spoke English, but I think my cash register person did not speak a lot of English. So I gave her that card, and then I was like, oh, can I get this? And then she was like, oh, and then like nodded. She scanned the thing, and then she like said something quietly into her walkie-talkie. And so I was like, oh, okay. She's like, you know, she's probably walkie-talking somebody to like go get a thing from the storage and then bring it. And so we both just like stood there, because like I didn't know enough Japanese to like in English I would normally be like, oh, well, like how's your day going? Like I would make small talk, right? Like normally. But I didn't know enough Japanese to be like, how are you? And like, you know, like, oh, have you been working here long? Or have, like, you know, like just stuff like that. Like I didn't know how to say the Japanese, so I just stood there not saying anything. And then she did not know enough English, I think, to say something like, oh, like, please wait a minute or whatever. So we're just standing there, like, both kind of staring into space. And she's like fidgeting with like the stuff. She's like arranging stuff on the counter and like straightening it out. And like, you know, we're both just like looking around and like not saying anything. It was so funny. And then finally, like, her, you know, coworker appears, and it looks like he's been running, like he like ran up the stairs. It was a big building. There's like 5 stores or 5 floors. It looks like he like ran over or was like lightly jogging over, and we both saw him and we're like, oh, thank God. Thank God he's here. We can continue the interaction. So I thought I would try to make a comic maybe about that one, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. Like the one where they asked you to take out your metal possessions and you're so excited you understood you forgot to actually do it. Yeah, that was in Korea. I made a comic about me understanding the security. We were in a museum, and the security guard was like, take out your metal stuff from your pockets. And I was like, I understood them. I'm so excited to go through the metal detector. And then I like actually forgot to take out like my phone and stuff. And then the security guard was like, I told you to take out your phone. And I was like, I'm so sorry. The knife story sounded like that a bit. The knife story was a little bit more serious. Like, I think they actually thought I was trying to sneak in a knife, because they scanned the machine. They scanned my bag like 5 times. And like, there was like a very nice like TSA lady who was, you know, like, oh, excuse me, can I like rummage through your bag? And like, she had to do it multiple times, but I didn't know what she was looking for. She didn't say. And then like after she tried like 5 times, then like a more serious looking dude like came up and was like, you know, he was like, I'm gonna look at it. And then, or no, actually she said, do you have a knife in your bag, after like her 5th attempt? And I was like thinking about it, and then I remembered that I put the Swiss Army knife in there, and I remembered what pocket it was in. And I was like, it's in this pocket, I like reached over to open the bag for them, and then the guy was like, don't touch the bag, and I was like, oh. I was like, okay, it's in that pocket, and I just like tried to point. So, you know, I don't know, I think they were actually like kind of concerned that I was like trying to secretly sneak a knife onto the plane or like stab somebody in the airport or something, but it was literally I just forgot I had it in there. So that one was less funny. That was more scary. And then they were like, "Can we have your passport?" And I was like, "Okay." And they handed over my passport and they like wrote down a bunch of information. And I was like, "Uh-oh, I'm on some sort of like high risk list or something now, I think." But yeah, so that was my mother-in-law actually was like, "Oh, you should make a comic about that one." And I was like, maybe. It wasn't funny as much as it was a little bit scary, but I don't know. And also it was kind of like how I had gone through a couple of airports before getting to the Japanese one. So like somewhere, somebody, like there were a couple of places where I probably should have been stopped, but I was not. And that's kind of concerning. Like I got all the way to Japan with my little Swiss Army knife somehow. So, I don't know. Seemed kind of, I don't know. Yeah, but, anyway. Oh, and then I got stopped in the Japanese I think in the same airport. I got stopped again because I had a mini hair straightener in my bag, in my suitcase. And apparently that's not allowed. You can't have you can have it in your suitcase, but you have to have it, or you can have it in your carry-on, but you have to have the battery taken out. So you can't leave the battery in like a mini, like in a curling iron or a straight iron, which makes sense because you don't want it to like turn on and like cause a fire on the plane, right? Like that totally makes sense, but that's not like a rule in United States airports, so I didn't like know that I had to do that. Because it's like miniature hair irons are like not a thing, I think, in the United States, unless I'm very uninformed. But I think it's more common in Japan. They had like I looked at a sign later, you know, one of those signs that are like, these are prohibited items on airplane or on carry-ons, don't do it. And like right at the bottom, it was like straight irons, take the battery out. And I was like, oh. So yeah, I got stopped again at another security checkpoint because I had my hair iron in my suitcase and I was afraid they were gonna throw it away, but they were like, no, you just take the battery out. I was like, oh, okay, thank you. Those are the types of stories that happens if you travel a lot. Yeah, well, ideally they wouldn't happen at all, because you think if I feel like I travel quite a bit compared to most people, and you would think that if, as an experienced traveler, I would like know how to follow the rules. But apparently I don't. Apparently I don't know how to follow the rules properly. So, accidents happen, yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother with... I just kept that Swiss Army knife in there because I think I was like, oh, this will be useful in like any sort of small situation where I need to like, you know, cut a tag off clothes or, you know, like, I don't know, randomly. So I'll just put it in my purse so I have it all the time, and then I just forgot about it, which was a problem. And now I don't have my Swiss Army knife anymore, but now I'm like, maybe I don't bother with a Swiss Army knife because I am going to forget to like take it out of my bag. Alas, it was a cute army knife too. It was like pink. It was pink and it was small, and it was the only thing I bought when I visited Switzerland a couple years ago. It was my only souvenir from Switzerland. I bought literally nothing else. Okay, time to sleep. Cows have been fed. Oh, I forgot about my chickens! I forgot about my chickens! Wait, did I forget about my chickens? Just put orange tape on it to indicate it's a toy. This is my Nerf Swiss Army knife. It's produced by Hasbro. I forgot my chickens. I forgot to feed my one chicken. Here you go. I'm sorry, chickens. You can fight over the one scrap of food. You can get my Swiss Army knife peace bonded at an anime convention. Like, look, it has the zip tie around it. It's been approved. It's been approved. Okay, time to go to sleep. I like how my wife goes to sleep with me, even though it's like 10 a.m. She's like, all right, if that's what you want, honey. I'll sleep now too. That's what teamwork is. Wonder if it'll be a boy or girl. Oh, the other thing I was thinking about making a comic about, actually, I don't know. Is it like fine that I'm like talking about what I want to make comics about? Because like, isn't that kind of spoilers? I guess it's fine. The other thing I want to make comic about is like, we got home from our trip and we found a bunch of, well, we brought marble, we got home from our trip, we unpacked everything and blah, blah, and then like the next day we went to go pick up Marble. We brought him home, you know, gave him a little bath, and we're like, fresh and clean. Everybody's home. We're back from a tiring trip. This is great. And then we noticed that Marble was like going under the couch, just like hiding under there. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like, I wonder if that's something he learned at like the kiddie hotel or something. And he discovered he enjoys going under the couch. And so I decided to peek my head down there to see what he was doing. And he was like staring really intently at the wall. And then I looked and I was like, there are a lot of ants in our apartment. Marble was under our couch because there were a lot of ants and they were just like hanging out. And I was like, oh no. So, yep, that's what we came home to. So now we are, so for the past like week or so, we've been battling some ants. We've been putting out like bait and stuff. And they've been trying to eat Marble's food. It's really bad. Like, I saw an ant trying to drag away a piece of shredded chicken. It was kind of impressive, actually. But we can't have ants in Marble's food. Caught my cat staring at ants before. Anytime I see my cat staring, I take a flashlight to where they're looking. Yeah, that's what I've learned. Like, if Marble's staring really intently at something, he has found some kind of bug. Thankfully, he doesn't try to like eat them or anything. Like, he doesn't try to disturb them, but he just like watches them walk around. I guess they're not very exciting for cats. Like, they don't like move erratically or anything. They kind of move very predictably. So Marble doesn't seem too like, I don't know. He's not like trying to eat them or like bat at them or like crush them with his paws or anything. He just kind of leaves them alone mostly, just like stares at them occasionally, which is good. But yeah, they're hanging around like a particular wall in our house, and then they're also hanging around Marble's food bowl, which is like not great. So we've been being we're trying to kill them with a bait, because we've heard that, well, actually we learned a lot about ants actually in our last apartment, because our last apartment had a really bad ant problem for like one of the summers we were living there. But yeah, we put out bait because then they take the bait home, and then, you know, it like they take the poison back to the source, which is important, and share it with all their fellow ants. And then yeah, but we're gonna try that for a couple weeks, and then I also overheard while I was getting my mail one day, some of the apartment management talking about how they needed to spray in another person's apartment. And I was like, oh, it's not just us, it's the whole building. So I don't know. So apparently, I don't know, like, our building's kind of new, but I guess it's old enough now that ants have made it through the building. So yeah, exciting times. Kittens tend to be the ones to mess with and eat bugs. Older ones just kind of watch. I see. Okay. Marble has matured. He has put aside childish things like trying to eat bugs that are minding its own business. And you know what? I am thankful. He used to, as a kid, he used to eat cables, which was not great. But thankfully he grew out of that without much intervention. I think he was just kind of like, this is the correct density, like chewability that I like, and so he chose computer cables for that. But now he leaves it alone, which is great. I was kind of, oh man, that reminds me. I was thinking yesterday after the raid last night, because we raided into Milana's stream, and I was watching for a little while. It was fun and chill. But she had a cat cam. She like has an OBS scene to switch to her cat, and I was like, should I do that? Should I have a marble cam? I don't know when I would like bring it up though. Maybe as like a BRB screen or something like she did. But I'm not sure if marble would be super interesting to look at. Maybe I should +1 for the cat cam. Ooh, okay. Oh, I should say hi to my horse. I feel like I've neglected my horse. My horse does not need affection, but I don't know. I just feel bad. Mel's cat just sits there. Oh, okay. Yeah, Marble's mostly like Marble has a spot on my desk, which actually makes it very conducive for cat cam because I can like maybe set up an extra camera and like have it just pointing at his spot, and then if he's there, then he's there, and if he's not there, he's not. But he tends to sit on his spot when I'm streaming because the computer is warm and he enjoys the warmth. When you say the ants were hanging out, imagine your comic of them and they have faces and are sitting and smoking. Yeah, they've made themselves at home. They're really just like they were like crawling all over our rug. They were exploring. They were just like, ooh, nice house you got here. Would be a shame if there were ants all over it. So yeah, they were really running around. But yeah, I had to put my engineering hat on and like fashion like a cage for the bait because I didn't want Marble to like. I was reading they're not super toxic to pets. Like if your cat accidentally like licks some of it, it's not gonna kill them or anything. But I was still like, I would like Marble to not eat it or accidentally eat it. So I'd fashioned like a cage out of tape and cardboard and like taped like a barrier around it to the wall. So the bait could be accessed by ants, but not by cats. But Marble still tried to punch it because he was like, what is this cardboard thing? And I was like, no, please. This is for your own good. Do not disturb the poison. Okay, well, maybe I'll think about a cat cam. I don't know. Think about it. Part of me is like, that would be really cute. Is just to have a cat cam, like, especially on slower games like this, like Harvest Moon, just to have like a marble cam in the corner or something. But another part of me is like scared to have a camera on at all times, which is sort of silly because like I had no problem with that with the hand cam streams, you know, with me opening Pokemon cards and stuff. So like, I don't know. I have to get over my paranoia, I think. She kind of just turns it on and off at random. Ah, okay. So it's not like an always on thing, it seems like. That's also something that could be good too. And then that way also you can kind of make sure like, you know, the view looks okay before there's nothing like embarrassing on screen or something before you turn it on. That makes sense too. That's true. I could just be like, look at Marble, everybody. Here's a Marble break. And turn on the cat cam. Would the cam be on Marble at all times? Yeah, like I think I would just set up my second camera to just be like pointing at like Marble's standard. He has like a typical spot on my desk. Oh yeah, maybe a top-down view of cat. You can see how like bean-shaped he is. You wouldn't have to worry about it filming other stuff other than kitty. That's true. Well, thankfully my desk is kind of in a corner and his spot is sort of in that corner, so I could like point it towards the corner. And I think that would be good, actually. Wouldn't he move? He doesn't. Yeah, like sometimes it would be blank, but his spot is like a little table I set up above my computer desk. Or above my computer tower. I have a miniature PC. And I have a little like, it's kind of stupid looking, but I have like a I don't know what you call it. It's like a kitchen counter organizer that's like propped up with some furniture risers. And I have it placed over the top fans of my computer so that it gets warm. And so Marble hangs out there all the time, especially when I'm streaming or gaming. He will hang out there because it gets like nice and toasty. Make it a GoPro attached to his head. That would be really funny looking. Oh my gosh, that'd be cute. That would be very funny looking. Oh my gosh. Well, then we would have to make extra sure that our whole house is like squeaky clean. And that we don't have like credit cards lying around or something. So I like the idea, but it might be kind of hard to do in practice, but that would be very cute. Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, maybe like a corner camera pointing at Marble's little corner that he sits on. Sometimes he sleeps in funny positions. Like right now, I'm looking at him right now and he's like falling asleep, but his little table that he sits on isn't long enough for his whole body and his head. So he's like hanging his head over the edge of the table because he like can't keep it lifted up anymore. I need to get a longer table for you, buddy. Your apartment is filled with ants and credit cards. Oh yeah, you'd get a good look at those ants if I had a GoPro attached to Marble's head. He would be like, hey everybody, check out these ants. Oh my gosh, can we finish winter on stream? Can we do it? Ugh. Okay. How much longer must I endure cows? Okay, let's go to sleep. I hope I'm like not forgetting to do anything. I'd be very sad if I mess something up. But I have all my power berries, all my animals. My wife seems happy. That's one of the things I'm nervous about, is that the best ending requires some minimum level of happiness for both the protagonist and your spouse. And there is like not a good way to check those things. So I'm just gonna... And the protagonist's happiness is like the hardest part because there's no diary I can check to see if I'm happy or not. So I'm nervous, but I think I've done a pretty good job. Like going up to the mountain and stuff, which I think increases happiness and all that. Okay. Whoa. Okie dokie. Stop overlapping. I can't milk you guys. Which one of you did I milk? Oh, okay. Oh, I just remembered another thing that we did in Okinawa that I would highly recommend if you ever go there. So this was on the main island, on Naha. And we went to a place called like Adventure. It was a rope course, basically. It was like a zip line and rope course. I forgot what it's called. I don't know. It was like Adventure something. And it was a really cool rope course. I think this was only my second time ever doing a rope course. And it was a little bit shorter than the other one I remember doing. But the other one I did a long time ago, I feel like. I don't remember much about it. But this one was really cool. They had a doggy. Oh, what was the doggy's name? I don't know. The doggy hated me, or didn't hate, but like very much ignored me. I was like, can I pet the dog? And then they were like, yeah, go ahead. And then I was like, hi. And I like pet the dog, but the dog was just like looking in a different direction. Forest Adventure. Yes. I think that's what it was called. Yes, yes, yes. But the dog, I was trying to pet the dog and the dog was like looking away. I was like not wagging its tail. I was like, oh, the dog hates me. So I just left it alone. But it's a cute doggy. And they had it was really funny because we got there and they were like, okay, like, you know, welcome, and like, you guys want to buy some water? And like we also have like these water bottle like holders that you can rent. And we're like my first instinct, I think all of our first instinct was like no, we don't need to spend the extra money. Like, this is just, you know, and the water was like a little bit more expensive. It was like 200 yen compared to like where you normally get it in like convenience stores. It's like 100 or 150 yen or something like that. So it was a little bit expensive. We're like, oh no, we don't need to buy water. And they're like, did you bring water? And we're like, no. And they're like, this is gonna be 2 hours in like hot Okinawan humidity. Are you sure you don't want water? And we're like, okay, we'll buy the water. And we did indeed drink all of the water at the end. We were, I mean, I'm glad they shilled the water to us. We would have died otherwise. Hey, Kai! Hello! Welcome to the stream. But yeah, it was really nice. It was very fun. I think the coolest part was they had this ending section where there was like the ending section had 2 paths. There was an easy path and a hard path. I did the easy path because I am not physically fit and I was already like not able to like muster upper body strength by the time we got there. But the hard path is really crazy because there's a part where you do a Tarzan swing where you just you hook yourself up to a rope and you just like, oh, hope stream has gone well, got done with the gig, about to head out, catch y'all another time. Oh, okay, thank you. Bye, Kai. Thank you for stopping by and saying hello. I hope you get some good rest for your gig. Hope you have a good night. But yeah, there was a Tarzan swing is what they called it, where you basically just hook yourself up to a rope and you just have to like slide. You just sit on the ledge and just let yourself fall off the ledge. It like doesn't look that scary when you're looking at it, but my husband and my sister-in-law both did it and they said it was really scary. So that was kind of exciting. Hello, dog. I will hug you because the Forest Adventure dog did not want to hug me. Yeah, and then you like swing down and then you like get caught in a net that you then have to climb. And that was the part I was like, I cannot do that. I do not have the upper body strength to climb a rope net. But I kind of wish I had done this Tarzan swing part, but I know that I would have gotten stuck. I would have been like clinging to the rope net and been like, I can't get up. Please rescue me, staff people. Yeah, so, but that was really cool. I highly recommend it. That was a lot of fun. It wasn't like overly hard too, I think. If I can do it, I think most people can do it. Go to sleep. I think we're getting near to the Starry Night Festival. Pretty cold. Okay. Yeah, it was really fun. And it was actually kind of nice because it was sort of deeper into the forest where there's a lot more vegetation. So it was still very humid, but it wasn't as hot as it was kind of a little bit lower down. It was like, we're at like a slight elevation and like above the trees. Oh, that was like, wait, this is like totally random. That was another observation I had in Okinawa. The trees are very short. I don't know if that's like I don't know why it was short. Oh, my last cow has max happiness now. It's giving me max milk. Excellent, 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 excellent. The trees are very short in Okinawa. I don't know if it's like it probably has something to do with the like wind or something, because it's like an island. Like they're all on islands, and I don't know, but the trees are very short. It's very interesting. I had made a mental note to myself to like look up the reason for it, but I had forgotten. But yeah, I want to know what the like biological reason is for the trees being short. Tree discrimination? Hey, I didn't say anything mean about the trees being short. I think it's perfectly fine to be short. I'm short. I got no beef with short trees. I just noticed that they're short. Probably has something to do with the wind. I do know in like coastal areas, trees tend to grow very like twisty because like wind pushes them around while they're growing, so they tend to like grow all gnarled and stuff when the same breed of tree normally wouldn't grow that way in other locations. For trees, it's quite offensive. No. Mocking their growth. Maybe they want to be short. I don't know. I don't think it's a bad thing. You don't have to be tall to be a tree. You can be a short tree. You can be a short tree. Oh wait, this reminds me of another thing. We were at a castle. We went to a castle on Okinawa called Shureijo Castle or something like that. We went to the castle, but we did not see the castle because the castle burned down in like 2019 or something, and it was like all under construction. So we did not see the castle, but we saw. The reason I was thinking about this because of the trees is because there was like a part of the castle that was not under construction, just had like 3 bonsai trees there, and then there was like a sign next to it, and I asked my husband what the sign says, and he was like, the sign just says that these are bonsai trees. I was like, oh, so no like historical significance or anything? He was like, no, they're just bonsai trees that are here in the castle, I guess. And I was like, oh, okay. Short it's not short, it was burned down. But it was kind of interesting because they built basically a building around the castle to protect it from like wind and rain and stuff while it was getting rebuilt. And you could actually see and they this was kind of funny. They set up these like this like a viewing area, so you could see there were people like architects and carpenters and stuff like working inside to like rebuild the castle. They were like working during like opening hours for the castle, so like we the tourists were like looking inside at these restorers like they were zoo animals. And they just had to like continue working as if they were not being stared at the whole time. So I thought that was kind of funny, and like, I don't know. I mean, obviously, they were probably, they all agreed to it, I presume. But I just thought it was really funny. But it was kind of interesting. The other thing that I thought was interesting is that particular castle apparently has burned down like 7 times in its lifetime. It's been rebuilt several times since it was originally built. So it's just like had a lot of bad luck, but fortunately, question mark, it kind of means that there's a lot of information out there about how it was rebuilt. So like they're not starting from scratch. Like they have information about like what materials and stuff it requires and like how things fit together and stuff like that. So it's sort of like, yeah, why has it burned down that much? The recent one was some sort of accident, I think, some sort of fire accident, but then the previous time before that, there was some kind of war. There was the War of Okinawa, which I didn't actually learn too much about while I was there, but there was some kind of war in which it got like very damaged. And then I think it burned down some other time like some other couple towns before that. I don't remember. Yeah, but it's been It's been very unlucky, this poor castle. But we looked at pictures of the castle while we were there. It looks very beautiful in the pictures. But yeah, I thought that was very interesting that we went to a castle that had burned down several times. Yeah. It's the Star Night Festival tomorrow. Okay, I'm not gonna forget to go on a date with my spouse. Are you excited, honey? I know I won't walk around so much. She's saying something different. Are you like super pregnant? It's the Star Night Festival tomorrow. I'm going to the place I always go. Oh, are we gonna go hang out in the hot spring? Can you go into a hot spring when you're pregnant? Is that okay? Okay, well, I'll let you, she probably knows best. I'm sure it's fine. Ah! It's the Star Night Festival tomorrow. There are a couple of places for it, so you should ask the townsfolk to decide where to go. Well, I'm gonna hang out with my wife. Will she say something different, or will she say the same thing? Who knows? Okay. Cows, please stay in your places. I can't keep track of all of you. Ah, and the other thing I learned, speaking of the castle, I did not know this. It makes a lot of sense in hindsight, but I guess, like, before... Like, this sounds really stupid now that I say it out loud. Like, Okinawa was not originally part of Japan. Which is, like, seems kind of obvious in hindsight. But it was, like, absorbed at some point. Like, I think it was, like, annexed or something at some point in, like, the 1600s or 1700s or something like that. But previous to being part of Japan, it used to be called the Ryukyu Kingdom. And it had its own, like, king and everything. Hence the castle. But what I didn't know is it was sort of like a hub, like a trading hub for like a lot of the East Asian countries. Like, so they had, it was very like multicultural apparently. Like they had a lot of contact with like Japan and Korea and China, and like did a lot of like facilitated a lot of like trading and like international relations, which I did not know. I think that's kind of cool. So that's like something I want to read more about, as like a history of the Ryukyu Islands, and learn more about like, because that seems like that would be kind of like a cool place to live back in the day, right? Like a lot of culture coming through, and like meeting a lot of different kind of people. Seems very interesting. And also I learned that karate is from, like, I knew karate was a Japanese martial art, but it's like specifically from the Ryukyu Islands, which I did not know before. That was also kind of cool to learn. Did I learn any other cool facts? I think those are the coolest facts that I learned on the trip. What other cool facts did I learn? I did not see an Iriomote cat, which makes sense because they're endangered. I did want to see one, but they are very rare and they probably weren't hanging around in any place that we were hanging around. But if you've never seen an Iriomote cat before, you should look it up. They're very funny looking. Well, they're not funny. They're like cute and like, they're like, I mean, they're cats, but they like don't look like cats. And they're apparently very rare nowadays. That's an animal that is often featured like in a lot of the shops and stuff we pass by. They're like featured on like merch. You can get like Iriomote cat merch. Yeah, there was a lot of animal merch actually. There's the cats. There's a lot of butterfly merch. Yeah, they look weird, right? Like they look kind of like cats, but at the same time they look kind of like, they look sort of rodent-y at the same time. Like a big badger or something. Oh, I did see a lot of lizards, which I was not used to. I have never seen so many lizards. They look like someone's Sonic OC. Oh, wow. I sort of see what you mean. I see what you mean. Like, they kind of have a cartoony look about them. But I did see a lot of lizards. We don't get a lot of lizards near where I live in California. Apparently they're more common in Singapore. So my husband wasn't so like freaked out by them. But in our accommodation on Takatomi Island, especially, like we stayed in these like little these huts. Like, so they weren't like hotel rooms. They were like huts. So you had a direct door to the outside, and we'd get back at nighttime, like after dinner or something like that. Oh, and by the way, the stars are beautiful in Okinawa. It's very, or at least in Takatomi Island, because there's no big city. Great place for stargazing. Highly recommend. We would get back to our little hut, and there would be lizards on the door. They're like, because the light, there's like a little light next to, we figured out why the lizards were hanging out next to our door. It's because there's a little light so that you can see your door, and the bugs are attracted to the light, and the lizards are attracted to the bugs. So they like, and they were like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 inches long. Like not super big, but they weren't small either. And then if you scare them, they like skitter away like a spider. It was they were very cute, but I was scared of them. But my husband said that if you scare them bad enough, they'll like drop their tail. And I was like, I kind of want to see that, but I also don't want to torment the lizard, so I'll leave them alone. Yeah, I was like, should I pick one up? Like, I was so torn. I was like scared, but I wanted to pet it. I don't know. Yeah, I encountered many lizards and also many large insects. Okay, today is the Star Night Festival. Oh, I forgot that this is how it works. Okay. Mountaintop or spa? I want to go to spa. That's where Anne is, right? There she is. There's my honey. Hello, honey. I'll talk to you from out here. No. Wow, this is romantic. It feels good. This is the best spot to see stars. Da, 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 da. Oh, that's the end. Okay. Well, going to bed now. That was exciting and very short. So I guess she doesn't say anything different if you're married. Okay, let's see if we can get to New Year's, and then I will end the stream. Speedrun. Speedrun. What snow? I can hardly wait for spring. Coming soon. If I really wanted to save some time, I could just like not milk any of the cows. But then that's like a lot of money thrown away. Get to New Year's. A 2-month stream. I think it was just 1 month. I started in winter 9 or something like that. Yeah, so we only have like 5 more days to go, I think. For the New Year's. Meant literal. Oh my god, it's October. Oh. I can't believe it's already October, y'all. It's the year went by so fast somehow. It's almost November. Oh, that means I have to do Huevember. I had a good break not doing Inktober for once. And now I have to remember how to draw again. It's been a while. No, I can't get to my shipping bin. Cows, please. Oh, thank you. No! Cows! Move. Cow. Please. Cows. Please move. go that way. Okay. Whew. Time for about 50 birthdays. Oh, Hoffer, do you know a lot of people born in November? Move. That joke was sitting right there, wasn't it? I'm ashamed. Oh, including yourself. Oh, that's exciting. I guess I do know a couple people with November birthdays. For me, I know a lot of people with May birthdays for some reason. I have a lot of friends with May birthdays. I don't know why. 3 of the Tober challenge this year, luckily. Ah. Oh yeah, because you did it. Didn't you do it earlier or something, Greg? I can't remember. You were talking about it some while ago. Cousin's B-Day is on Halloween. Ooh. I have a friend whose birthday is not quite Christmas, but is like a couple days after Christmas. And she always talked about how people would like cheat by getting her one present for both Christmas and birthday. And I always thought that was really sad. Thankfully, Halloween is not a Halloween's not a gift-giving day, but though I guess if your birthday's on Halloween, maybe you end up getting a lot of like Halloween themed stuff, and maybe that gets tiring after a while. Yeah, isn't that sad? I don't think I know anybody else who has like a near Christmas birthday, but I resolve to be, if my niece and nephew grow up and they have like friends with like Christmas birthdays, I'll be like, do not cheat. I will tell them, you cannot cheat. You must give your friend 2 gifts, okay? Your cousin was born on December 24th. Oh no! Does your cousin also have the same problem? Where people will give them like one present for both? It's so sad. November is a busy time of year here in the US because of Thanksgiving, American Thanksgiving. A lot of traveling. Thankfully this year, my family is doing Thanksgiving like a week early, so hopefully it won't be as hectic with like the actual traveling and stuff. There's one year where they didn't celebrate his birthday because he caused some trouble. Oh no! That's a very harsh punishment. He must have done something very bad. That seems very harsh. I don't know if I would. I mean, I'm not a parent, so I wouldn't know how it feels, but that seems very, very harsh. Sometimes you feel bad for getting gifts in November and December. Why? It's your birthday, man. Knowing him, the punishment fit the crime. Oh, okay. Okay. We will leave it at that then. Ah, the egg has returned because I remembered to feed the chickens. My daily present for my wife. He's a little criminal when that happened. Oh boy, okay. Oh no. Did he accidentally forget his Swiss Army knife in his bag when going through the airport? Little means teenager. Oh. Merry Harvest Moon Christmas, everybody. Let's go to sleep. This is like, I must endure feeding all the cows. Maybe I'll just milk half the cows. Should I do that? What snow? I can hardly wait for spring. I skip milking the cows. It's very tempting. It's very tempting to skip milking the cows. I have so much money. I have so much money in this game. They don't get sick. The cows don't get sick if they don't get milked, right? I'm fairly certain. Otherwise, I feel like speedruns would be impossible. Okay. I'll milk 3 cows. Let's speedrun. Let's speedrun to the end of the fictional year. Do you guys do anything cool for New Year's? My sister, there's a game that Korean people play called Yunori. It's sort of like Ludo. If you've ever played Ludo, you like have a number of pieces and you're supposed to like move them around the board to like get all your pieces to the goal. And my sister, traditionally you play it at New Year's. And my sister, when she went to Korea and she got me this BTS themed Yunori set. So now I have my very own Yunori set. A necessary possession to have as a Korean person, and it is BTS themed. I haven't opened it yet, but maybe I don't know, maybe I'll like play it with my husband or play with some friends or something. I think you're supposed to like I think sometimes you can gamble, like you can like bet money just if you win or something, but I don't know if that was just the thing my parents did or if that's a thing that's like traditional, is that you're supposed to bet money. You don't celebrate holidays? Ah, okay. Yeah, I don't do a lot of holiday celebrating too much either nowadays. But that's because I'm not for any like philosophical reason or anything. I'm just lazy. Holidays are exhausting. Yeah, definitely. Like there are definitely people out there, like, you know, you walk through neighborhoods here and like you'll see houses that are like they're like fully decorated and like they have all sorts of decorations out for the various seasons and holidays. And you know, people will interior decorate their houses too for the holidays, which is I think most common around Christmas, but I think people do it like seasonally too. And that just seems like a lot of work. But I can also see it being like a creative like exercise too. So maybe people just like, yeah, I guess that's the main reason. You just do it because you enjoy decorating. But yeah, it's exhausting. Especially if you're like hosting, you know? And you're like meeting all these people and like arranging schedules and coordinating people and such. Especially if you're introverted. Oh yeah, definitely. I think that's definitely my, I usually did okay during holidays because I am introverted, but like, well, actually, I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of both at the same time, which is like kind of a cop-out categorization, but I got along with my cousins and stuff. But I'm just verted. I just am. But yeah, my husband definitely, I mean, I was mentioning this before, he's definitely the type of person during the family holidays just to kind of like quietly be in the corner and not talk to anybody until like his parents are like, hey, come say hi to, you know, Auntie so-and-so. He's like, hi, and then go back to playing Game Boy. I had a cousin that was kind of like that, but he didn't really, so I would see him often. He lived near us, so I would see him often for family holidays and such. But he didn't really like want to hang out with any of the aunties and uncles, but he was friends with me and my sisters. So we would hang out. He was a gamer kid, and we were also gamer kids, so I think we got along. I'm good when I'm with people I'm very comfortable with. Yeah, like I feel like I'm a different person when I'm with people I'm comfortable with versus not. Like, it's very strange. And sometimes I feel kind of bad about it. Like, I feel like I'm deceiving somebody or something. But it's just like how I it's not like on purpose. I don't know. It's like weird. I definitely think I got more comfortable with my in-laws on this past trip. So that was kind of nice. Pretty closed off with most of my family personally. Yeah, I'm kind of like that with I'm a little bit like that with my parents. I'm pretty comfortable with my sisters, but with my parents I'm kind of like, I don't know. Like they don't need to know like all the thoughts going through my head or whatever. But like with my husband, I will talk about like every little tiny thing that pops into my brain. I'll be like, if Greg will enjoy this. The other day we had a conversation about, would you kill ants if they were tiny, if they looked just like cats? Like if they were just cats but tiny, would you feel okay killing ants? But I would never ask that kind of question to like my parents. They would be like, what? And I would be like, never mind. Like ant-sized cats. Like they do the same thing. They're just ants. They eat your food. They crawl over the carpet. They behave just like ants, except they look like tiny cats. Would you be able to kill ants? And I was like, I don't think I could. I think I would keep them. I would like keep them in a little like ant farm or something, and then like put them outside. If their eyes are black dots, yes. If they have no eyes, yes. Ah, okay. But if they looked exactly like cats, just like not microscopic, ant-sized, the answer would be no. If the eyes look exactly the same as cats, I would try not to do it. Yeah, okay. Interesting. I forget what my husband said. If they look like cats with no fur, yes. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's hard, right? Like, so if they look like tiny little cats, I would be like, they're so cute. But like, they don't purr, they don't meow, they just look like cats. Yeah, but I don't think I would be able to do it. I would try to peacefully demarcate a boundary between, you know, I would like seal up the crack they're coming from, and then like maybe put some, I don't know, like, I don't know what repels, something like a repellent, and be like, please don't come in, I don't want to kill you. Please don't eat our food. But the proportions would look strange in such a small size, it wouldn't be 1:1. Okay, what if they were like chibi cats? Like, what if they were pleasingly proportioned? Cutely proportioned. Like little munchkins or something. Like, because ants are kind of long, I guess, with like short legs, so they have to be like munchkin cats. Oh, what am I doing? I promised myself I wouldn't milk all the cows. I gotta stop. Gotta speedrun to the end of the year. Have you ever tasted an ant? No, I have never tasted an ant. I've heard that they taste kind of acidic or something. I forget what I heard it. They're gross. Okay, that's good to know. I'm glad I'm not missing out on anything. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's... I mean, like, at a very high level, I guess it's not that different from eating any other kind of, like, creature or animal. Anteater jet. But yeah, like, I don't know, it's like weird. Oh, I wasted a fodder, no. This reminds me too, I recently discovered, I think I mentioned my husband doesn't eat like crustaceans, like he doesn't like seafood. Like, he doesn't like shellfish and he doesn't like crustaceans. And I think it was during this trip I figured out why. It's because for him, they occupy the same like category in his mind as bugs do. Like crustaceans and shellfish are like sea bugs. And so they're not like a category of like delicious thing. Does that make sense? And like when he explained it that way, I was like, oh, okay, that kind of makes sense actually. Like I would not want to eat a sea bug either. I had ants problems also a few years ago and I sleep with the thing for my teeth. Oh no, I know where this, no. I don't like where the story is going. What about this one? That one's cute. That one doesn't count. It's cute. I don't turn on the lights when I go to sleep. Oh no! Oh no! This is horror story time. Very fitting for October. What time? What day is it? 28th of winter. Okay. I can assure you it's not epic. Oh no. Didn't swallow anything, but whatever. Still, that's horrifying. So were the ants like already on your, like they were like on your thing and then you like put them in your mouth without looking or something? Is that what happened? Oh man. That's horrible. Add that to, that's like a fear I did not know I have, but now I do. I knew somebody with a similar story. They went to pour themselves a bowl of cereal and then they started eating the cereal and then they looked down and there were ants in the cereal. And they had been eating ants plus cereal. Horrifying. Happy Halloween! Good spooky stories. This is about as spooky of stories I can handle, I think. Which is sort of a shame because I really enjoy I really enjoy horror games actually, like watching them. But and I enjoy the stories a lot of horror games have, but I a lot of the time I have to just like read it on Wikipedia or something. Like I can't like play it myself. Never saw it as a spooky story. In the context of October, we're gonna make it a spooky story. We're gonna make it a spooky story. Also, I yesterday I was talking about how I was gonna try to play a spooky game on Monday because I have the day off work, and it means I can play a spooky game in daylight for myself, in daylight in my time zone. And I think I've decided what I want to play. I was looking at some. There's a streamer I follow who plays a lot of like RPG Maker games, like or RPG Maker inspired games that are kind of in the same style. And there's a lot of like classic horror games that are from that era, like the mid 2000s or so. And so I thought I would look some up because the games that I've watched have been actually not too, like the RPG Maker horror has been not too scary for me because they're not like graphically scary. They're just kind of scary in story or like psychologically, which is like a little bit better. I can handle that more. So I chose a couple games. Yume Nikki. No, I did consider that because I saw that on a lot of like recommended lists. But I wanted to start with, is it a short game? I didn't see Yume Nikki itself, but I saw a lot of like fan games that were recommended. One of my fave games of all time. Oh, really? Wait, is it a short game? I was looking specifically for games that were like doable in one sitting, which is maybe why it didn't come up. So if it's a longer game, I probably didn't come across it. But I did see it mentioned a lot. Have an egg, wife. Now we sleep. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna write it down because I do want to play it. Yume Nikki. length. Oh, it's about 5 hours. Okay, okay. There's no real similar story. It's a walking simulator that ends up being a little longer if you want to see everything. Oh, interesting. Yeah, somebody on Reddit says it took them about 11 hours without a guide. Okay, so it's a kind of an exploration game. 15 or 20? Okay, it's kind of like Outer Wilds. This year is over today. What is your year like? The town will be in a festive mood tomorrow because people are going to the top to see the sunrise. Excellent. Wait, I don't want to go to sleep. What am I doing? 15 or 20. Okay. Sorry for that interruption. Please continue about the games. Oh, no, no, that is a good suggestion. I do want to, it seems interesting. I want to try it at some point. But it definitely seems like it's on the longer side. But I picked out, what was it? I picked out one, so I had picked out 2 games. I'm gonna try to pick one before Monday to do. One is called Happy Birthday. It's like a mystery, like a murder mystery, I think. Like a kind of horror murder mystery. Like a little girl's birthday goes terribly wrong and you have to like solve what happened. Apparently it's about like 2 hours long or so. And then the other one I picked out was a game called One Night. And I picked the first game in the series. Apparently it's kind of a well-known series of RPG Maker games, so there's like sequels and such. And the first one is kind of old. It's like from 5 years ago, or not 5 years ago, sorry, like 2009 or something like that. It's more like it's kind of like a survival horror game. It's kind of like Resident Evil inspired, but in RPG Maker form. And that also seemed kind of interesting. So I have to decide whether I want to do like a more like plot. Well, they seem like they both have pretty good like plot story oriented content, but if I want to do more of like a mystery or if I want to do more of like a survival horror thing, they both seem good. So I'll probably play both at some point if I don't get scared away with my first experience. Oh, hello, Galaxy Duck. Welcome. Welcome. We're just feeding. I'm trying to speed run to the end of winter so we can get to the New Year's festival, after which I will end the stream. Looking forward to it. Never heard of those. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, it was kind of hard because I've watched the streamer I follow who plays RPG Maker games has played a lot of the like more famous ones like Ib and Mad Father. So I can't play those because I know what happens. Like I know, and like Witch's House, like I've seen like the plot twists and stuff, so I can't play those. So I had to pick some that I had not heard of. So I don't know how good they will be, but according to people on the internet, these are good ones. So hopefully they'll be fun to watch and fun to play. My wake schedule right now is between the stream and like 2 hours before the early ones on Sundays. Oh, gosh. I hope I'm not messing up your sleep schedule too much. Eeh. Yeah, definitely don't. Man, I have to experiment with like better times. I feel like I wish I was able to stream at times that were more convenient for different time zones. Let's see here. The year is ending. I'll develop and complete a great machine next year. I believe in you, honey. Okay, so this is the 30th of winter. So I think I will go to sleep. And then we will be in... Yeah, I think that automatically we will go to a cutscene. New Year's Festival. Let's go see the first sunrise. Okay. May everybody live happily. Let's pray together. I did not talk to... Wait, what? May the Earth give us gifts this year too. Oh, I thought I triggered a cutscene. All right, I'm telling your fortune. Oh, okay. Go ahead. Yes. Pick up any card you like. Ooh, what card should I pick, chat? Top, middle, or bottom? What did I pick last year? I can't remember. Let's do top, because we're at the top of the mountain. Excellent luck. Great harvest. Everything goes well. I wonder if... Is this random? Or I wonder if this, like... It'd be cool if it was like a little preview as to what ending you're getting or something. Like, does this give us any information about anything, I wonder? I'm curious. I'm curious to know. May my business go well this year too. May this year be a good year for you. Thank you. And also with you. This year I'll tell her. What? Heard something? Do it. I believe in you, man. I married your daughter. Now you can also marry... That had nothing to do with anything. We should see the first sunrise at the beginning of the year. It's going to be good this year. Don't tell me you're working on New Year's Day. Just relax. Oh. I was forced to go to sleep. Happy fictional New Year! I'm going to bed now. Good night. Okay. Okay, I need to play one more day because I need to save my game. Hello, this is the weather forecast for tomorrow. It'll be sunny and calm for the whole day tomorrow. Why is it quiet? Is it raining? Like in the spring. I won't walk around so much. Do you work on a day like this? Why, is it raining? Oh, it is. Happy New Year! I need to go plant some plants. I think the only crop I have not planted this game are turnips. There is a extra ending you can get for per crop, like if you ship enough of the crops. So I want to buy some turnip seeds. I hope they're open. I hope the store is open. And I also need to buy some grass seeds. I hope I have enough grass left. Yeah, okay. Let's feed everybody. Yeah, I'm just gonna give up on milking everybody. Like, all the cows. I have so much money. In reality, though, you have to milk the cows, right? Because they'll get, like, upset. Or they'll get... Doesn't it, like, hurt them if you don't milk them? Or something? In real life? That seems tough. Okay. 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 Oh, it's so slow. Pete is so tired. It's so quiet. There's no music. It's so scary. Okay. Rain time. Oh, that was another exciting thing that happened on the trip. There was the day we were supposed to go to Okinawa from Singapore. We looked at the weather forecast, and the weather forecast said that there was a typhoon coming to the Okinawan Islands, and we're like, oh, oh no. Thankfully, our flights were not delayed. We were a little bit worried about our ferry, because we had to take a ferry to our accommodation on the tiny island. And we're like, are the ferries gonna be okay? But thankfully, the ferry was not canceled the day we had reserved our tickets. But the ferries were all canceled the day after, because that's when the typhoon was gonna be closest. But fortunately, it sort of veered south. So we were very prepared to spend our Okinawa vacation like inside while it was raining. But that didn't happen. It just was like kind of windy. It was very windy, and they closed. Like we were gonna do some things, like do like an island tour and things like that, but they canceled those. But there wasn't like a lot of rain. It was sort of drizzly and like very windy, but that was about it. So it's kind of pleasant actually. That's a turnip seed. I want to buy. How many should I buy? Buy like. Wait. How many do I need for the turnip ending? Turnip ending. Harvest moon. Turnip ending. Need 200 turnips. So I need to ship 200 turnips. At least. In each bag. And then I wanna, oh, okay. My planting strategy is in rows because my horse. So each bag yields 6 turnips. So let me do. All right, we'll bring out the math again. Okay, target. Bring out the math. Target. 200 turnips. Each bag equals 6 turnips because I plant them in rows. The 200 divided by 6 is not just 200 divided by 6. I can't do math. That is 33 bags of turnips. And they take how long to grow? How long do they take to grow? Turnip. Harvest moon. Crops. Turnip takes 4 days to grow. So if I take 33 bags needed, but I don't need to plant all 33 at the same time. That would be crazy. If I divide it by... So 4 days to grow, I have... let's say 20 days in spring divided by 4 days to grow equals like 5 growth periods. And 33 bags divided by 5... Or I should say 34 bags. I should round up. Divided by 5 growth periods equals almost 7. 7 bags per growth period. Did I do this correctly? There we go. Math. Okay, so I'm gonna buy 7 bags. I think. Okay, so I bought 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Okay. That should work. Kind of dark on rain days. Feels slightly lonely. The rain is good. Excellent. Okay. Let's go plant some turnips. I need my planting supplies. Oh man, it feels like so long since I've done this. These are the turnips, I think. And this, I need 2. Oh, my crop rows are still here. Whoa! I'm ruining my crop rows. Okay. Ah! I messed it up. Wait, I can fix this. I can fix this. The symmetry. Okay. That back. Let's plant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess it's better to just have them all in a row. Okay, and now I have to water them again because the rain gets canceled out. After planting. Golden tool, so useful. Okay, that's good to go. And then finally, we need to fix the fence because otherwise the animals are gonna come and destroy everything. And then I may rest. And then I can rest, finally. I think this actually might be the second to last Harvest Moon stream. Oh, your emote is very small, Hoffer. Is that like a coffee and a book? That's really cute. But yeah, I think this might be the second to last Harvest Moon stream because we're in. Oh, actually no. Actually, it's not gonna be because I want to stream when my fictional baby is born, and that will probably happen sooner than the end of the game. I was thinking like, oh, I can just play through spring and summer because there isn't really any new content. It's just the same like festivals and stuff. But play through spring and summer off stream, and then just like come back for the ending. But they're essential now. Aw, thank you for saying that. I'm glad you're enjoying them. They are pretty chill, huh? It's very much like a chill and like chat kind of game. But you do like these harvesting streams? Oh man. Well, we're getting close to the end. I think I'm going to replace this slot with another Story of Seasons game of some kind. I don't know which one yet, but yeah. These are games I enjoy very much. I would like to have... I think it's very nice to have, like... Or rather, I enjoy having time set aside to play these games. Especially with people who also enjoy them. So, I always have a good time with these two. But yeah, I think this might be... So I guess this won't be the second to last stream, but maybe, like... maybe this is maybe third to last, I guess. Like, I want another stream. I'll stream again when the baby is born, and then I'll stream again for the ending and see if we get the good ending. The requirement for the best ending I'm most nervous about is there's apparently some kind of requirement for how much like your field is filled up with stuff. So I need to make sure that I have that correct. After this one, you'll continue the one you started months ago, or you're planning on doing something different? I think I'm leaning towards continuing that one I started, that I only did one stream of and then never went back to, the A Wonderful Life remake. Because I think it would be fun to play because I've never played it before. And so I think I'll just kind of approach it like not trying to min-max too hard and just kind of chilling. And I think that makes for a good stream experience. And just kind of like, you know, slowly discover the secrets and like the cutscenes and stuff. Because I don't know anything about the characters or the story or even the mechanics really. So I think that'll be fun to like discover on stream. Actually, the same is true for Rune Factory 3 Special. But it's still in the shrink wrap, actually. So I might as well start, like, continue with the game that I started. And then Legend of Legaia maybe will be filled with... maybe I will play... I don't think I'm anywhere close to finishing Legend of Legaia, though, but I do want to play Super Mario RPG on stream. I think that would be really fun. So I guess that will be next after Legaia. But that means I have to wait to play Super Mario RPG, which is maybe fine. Maybe that's fine. There'll be like walkthroughs and stuff out by then, so if I get stuck, that might actually be a better time to play. But yeah, we're closing in on Harvest Moon. We are closing in on Harvest Moon. It's been a long journey that has been like 60% spending time in the cow barn. That moon is about to be harvested. Yeah, we're reaching the final boss, which is harvesting the moon. You could also use the old walkthroughs, I would think. Yeah, I would assume so. But it seems like they added like quite a bit of new content. Like, I'm sure the battle strategies would be different for a lot of the bosses. Because of the new like team attacks and stuff. But I don't know. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what's changed and what's stayed different. Can't wait to sip on some moon stew. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I failed to harvest the full moonberry in this entire game. There's a, for people who are not familiar, there's a fruit that grows on the mountain for like 3 days in the fall, and I kept forgetting to get it. Apparently it's like a really good gift. Like if you give it to the girls, their happiness goes up by a lot. You can also put it in the stew for the townspeople during the harvest festival, and I think it increases like everybody's happiness by like a little bit or something. I don't know, but I kept forgetting about it, so we never saw it in this playthrough. Sadly. It's also very expensive, so it's like a good shipping item. You get like several hundred G for it or something. I wish I could carry lumber and ride my horse at the same time, instead of having to run around in the rain. Alas. Alas. Okay. Is this everything? One more check of the fences. Come here, horse. You're gonna help me check my fences. Everything intact? Everything intact? Yes, I believe so. Okay. Well, we will call it a night then. We will call it a night. Okay, we made a lot of progress. We made it through all the way through winter. And we got to see some of the final festivals that apparently didn't change very much once we get married. So, well, that's fine. So I'm gonna play a little bit more off stream until baby comes, and then I will stream again when that happens. Hopefully it's not like a couple days from now. But yeah, I'll play a little bit. I'll stream again when the baby cutscene happens, and then we'll probably so like one or two more streams until we're done with the game. It's been a long journey. All right, we'll end it here. It's a bit late for me. I'm supposed to be. Oh, it's past midnight. I'm supposed to be ASMRing at my husband's request, so that I'm not too loud. But we'll just end it now. Good night. Thank you everybody for hanging out. It's a lot of fun as always. I hope you have a good night, and if I don't see you tomorrow, have a good day tomorrow. I will be streaming some art tomorrow. I don't know what exactly. Probably just streaming that Harvest Moon art that I still have not finished. I gotta finish that. So I'll probably be doing some art tomorrow on stream. So if I see you then, I'll see you then. If not, have a good rest of your weekend. Thinking of raiding? Ooh, should I raid? I'm gonna be a real grown-up Twitch streamer and do a raid. Let's see. Is there any? It feels kind of late. Is there anybody even like? Nobody I follow is raiding. If you have suggestions, please let me know. Let me see. I don't know anybody who is online right now. Everybody's asleep like they should be. Should we raid to the fish? Le fish. Okay, let's do it. This feels like maybe it's some sort of like some like test, like what is it called? Like a growth marker for a streamer. Is to raid into this fish. You have a St. Jude's fundraiser on there. Oh, that's cool. Okay, we'll raid to the fish. All right, we'll end it here. I will click the raid button. We clicking it? Okay. Thanks, everybody. See you next time. Bye-bye. Bye.